by First Commonwealth Bank, by Carlow University, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Dunkin' Donuts, by Grove City College, by Dollar Bank, by Erie Insurance and the Charles M. Mills Insurance Agency, and by Management Science Associates. Now let's head out to Martorelli Stadium and join Rick Smith and Scott Majesky for all the action.
Good evening, high school football fans. It's week number 5, midway point of the regular season here around the WPIAL. I'm Rick Smith, and in just a moment I'll be joined by my broadcast partner, Scott Majesky. And we got the Pine Richland Rams on the road here, and arguably their toughest road game of the season, of the regular season anyway, coming in at undefeated, one of 5 undefeated teams in the WPIAL Quad A classification. They're 4-0 overall, 3-0 in the Northern 8, all by themselves atop of the conference. North Hills, meanwhile, in a 4-way tie for second place with Pittsburgh Central Catholic, North Allegheny, and Seneca Valley. Scott, a team they lost to last week, all at 2-1. So this is a key matchup for both of these teams here tonight.
Yeah, especially for North Hills. I mean, it's key important also for Pine Richland as well to stay undefeated, to stay up there at the top. For a team like North Hills, you don't want to fall down too deep out of the playoff hunt. You want to stay there in the middle of the pack and especially get a rebound win after that tough one against Seneca Valley on the road. And to do it and upset Pine Richland here on homecoming night in front of alumni, in front of a giant crowd here in North Hills, this is going to be a good one tonight.
Talk about North Hills. They've got some injury problems. They got a couple linemen out. We'll talk about that in just a second here. But leading the way is their quarterback, Jake El-Sayed, and also a star at receiving and also rushing the ball, the junior, Nick Santucci.
Yeah, Nick Santucci, 14 carries, 106 rushes last week, 1 touchdown, also caught 3 passes for 21 yards. Jake El-Sayed is going to look for him a lot in this contest tonight. Those are your 2 playmakers to watch for North Hills. Only 162 total yards of offense last week against Seneca Valley. And to beat a team like Pine Richland, you got to get above that for sure. Control the clock and get that run game going.
Pine Richland, of course, coming off the best football season in their school history. They were the WPIAL champions last year. They went all the way to the state championship game before losing to St. Joe's Prep in Hershey in Week 16. They went 15 wins, 1 loss last season, and they lost a lot of players. And that was the talk coming into this season. They lose the quarterback, Ben DiNucci, a couple great wide receivers in Mike Murhott and DeAndre Gaston, and also their running back, Connor Slomka. And you know, the big question is how are they going to replace all the players? Well, they started at quarterback, Scott.
Yeah, they did, and their quarterback is a stud, that's for sure. Only a sophomore is Jerkovic. He is Philip, and he's a sophomore, 200 pounds, 6'4". He's getting offers from Notre Dame, a bunch of other schools around the area as only a sophomore, so he's really impressive. I'm excited to see him tonight. I'm also excited to see Jimmy Groff, his running back as well, over 100 yards and a touchdown last week rushing-wise. It's a team that'll spread you out and pass the ball, but don't forget they can run too, and so can their quarterback.
Yeah, Phil Jerkovic, awesome sophomore, also started with their basketball squad as a freshman last winter. He has passed for over 600 yards this year. He's also run the ball for over 400 yards. Over 11 yards per carry, so he can get it done on the ground and also passing the ball. His top receiver, Anthony Battaglia, 14 receptions, 212 yards on the season, but he does spread it around, as you mentioned, Scott. 14 different players have caught passes for the Rams this year.
Yeah, they spread it out. You usually see a good 5 wide, maybe 4 out there. It's just a very good mix of wide receivers on this Pine Richland team. And Anthony Baglio is going to be the guy they're going to go to a lot. Senior wide receiver, 6'1", 195 pounds. He's got good size. He's got good speed. I saw him play last year as only a junior, and he was tearing up a very athletic McKeesport secondary in that semifinals, WPIAL semifinals, Quad A at North Allegheny, and he's just an impressive player to watch. And it's a team with a lot of weapons on offense, that's for sure. I mean, the guy's going to spread the ball around. Guy's going to make plays. It's up to North Hills to control the clock on offense, I think, and play some good defense. Come with some turnovers.
Well, it is homecoming here tonight. The homecoming queens, would-be queens, are lined up with their dates out on the field right now. The North Hills band is playing. great atmosphere here this evening. We're getting ready for action here at Martorelli Stadium. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for the kickoff here tonight from Martorelli Stadium. So North Hills Indians hosting the Pine Richland Rams. You are listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, First in Turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, First in Turf.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Back with you from Martorelli Stadium here in Westview, getting ready for the North Hills Indians hosting the Pine Richland Rams. Again, Pine Richland comes in as one of only 5 undefeated teams in Quad A this year. They're 4-0 overall in the season. They are ranked number 3 by MSA Sports, behind Woodland Hills at number 1. Woodland Hills hosting Upper St. Clair tonight. And Penn Trafford is ranked number 2 in the MSA Quad A rankings. They're also 4-0, and they are at Latrobe tonight. So both those teams are going to be favored to win those games. And Pine Richland certainly the favorite here tonight, Scott. But North Hills trying to bounce back from a tough loss against Seneca Valley last week, and on homecoming, they've got to be fired up for this big game here tonight in front of the home fans.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's homecoming. You always get pumped for homecoming no matter what. No matter what your record is overall, homecoming, the alumni come back. You want to show off for the greats that used to play for your program, represent. And then you play in a conference like this in the North 8 where out of the MSA top 10 in Quad A, 4 of the conference teams are in the top 10. Seneca Valley just edging North Hills in that ranking as well. And it's just exciting. This is going to be a great one. North Hills looks ready to go. A big crowd. It's key about starting early and starting quick. And for Pine Richland, quiet the crowd early.
Yeah, you mentioned 4 teams in the rankings. Right behind Pine Richland. Pine Richland again at number 3. North Allegheny's at number 4. Pine Richland, of course, beating North Allegheny 3 weeks ago. And then Pittsburgh Central Catholic is right behind North Allegheny, ranked number 5. And both those teams heavily favored to win tonight as well. So here we go. North Hills is going to kick off left to right. If you're just listening to us on the internet, North Hills all in red with a white trim, the red helmets, the white numerals. Pine Richland, meanwhile, all in white with the dark green numerals, dark green trim, the green helmets with the silver Ram insignia on their helmets. Kicking off for North Hills, left to right. That will be, it's like Nate Zimmerman out there. Actually, check that. That is going to be Aaron Collins, who's kicking off for the North Hills Indians. And here we go. We're underway here, week number 5. And nice job by the kicker for North Hills, and that's Aaron Collins. Kicks it through the end zone. Sage Simpson just watched that go through. That was actually Jordan Crawford for Pine Richland. Watched that just bounce right through the end zone. It'll be a touchback in 1st and 10 for Pine Richland, starting at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. We get our look at the sophomore quarterback, Philip Jerkovic, setting records already. Big replacement for the senior that graduated last year and already making a name for himself.
And he comes out in the gun. He has a sidecar to his right. He's just going to run the ball off of right tackle. Short gain there. Let's give him 2 yards. It'll set up 2nd down and 8 now for Pine Richland. They go quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they run a spread offense. They run a quick little hurry-up offense. Nice, just good to keep the defense on their toes.
Trips left, wide receiver right. And he goes to the sidecar, back out into the right flat. Short gain out there to about the 25-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards on the play. Graff, the receiver for Jimmy Graff, his 5th reception of the season. And again, Pine Richland quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 5. Again, trips out to the left, now twins to the right. No tight end, empty set backfield here. In the gun is Jerkovic. Jerkovic looks left, goes out into the right flat. And North Hills all over that one, and there's going to be no gain on that play, and that's going to force a 3-and-out situation here for Pine Richland early in this game. And on that reception, that was Brandon Humphrey for Pine Richland.
Just a great start to the game for the North Hills defense, and a great stop there on 3rd down. They tried a little screen pass off to the right, quick screen, and North Hills was all over it.
Nick Santucci back deep to receive the punt for North Hills. He stands at his own 38-yard line. Low spiraling punt, bounces at the North Hills 45, goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That was Matt Reeder on the punt for Pine Richland. 32 yards on the punt, obviously no return as that ball went out of bounds into the Pine Richland bench. So now we see the North Hills offense for the first time this evening, Scott, as they have good field position for their first possession.
Here comes the senior quarterback, Jake Ellised. He is one of the star players for them, loves to throw the ball, also can run the ball as well. Him and Nick Santucci are going to team up most of the time in this game.
Ellised will also go from the gun, sidecar to his right. He's got twins left, twins right. No tight end in the formation. He goes out into the left flat. He's got an open receiver. That's Santucci to midfield. That's a gain of 8 on 1st down. Sets up 2nd and short now for the Indians.
And just a nice little quick pass over there. Finds Santucci, and a great gain on 1st down. Sets up a very manageable 2nd down.
Let's give them 7. They mark it out to North Hills 49, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 3. MSA Sports has you covered this fall on the court and on the pitch. Tune in for our hometown soccer matches. Tonight's game is brought to you by ProGrass, First in Turf. 2nd down and 3 for North Hills. Moving left to right. Again, El Sayed wants to go in the left flat to Santucci. This one too high for him. That goes out of his hands, off the fingertips, and into the Pine Richland bench. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit too high. Looks like the same exact play they ran just the play before. It's a little bit too high, right through the fingers of Santucci. I thought he got some good glove on it, though, but went right through his hands. In the colder weather, you see a couple more drops by receivers. Not used to a cold night like tonight.
Hometown soccer broadcast featuring Upper St. Clair, Penn Trafford, Fox Chapel, and Seneca Valley. We also have hometown girls volleyball broadcast featuring West Allegheny, Central Valley, Freeport, Brentwood, Bishop Canevin, Avonworth, Southside, and Chartiers, Houston. 3rd and 3 for North Hills. They're going to go to Santucci off the left side. He tries to cut the corner there. Very close to a 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot, Scott.
Yeah, it is, and it looks like the far judge is giving him a favorable spot. Near judge doesn't seem like he is on that same line, but they are going to call a 1st down, I think.
Yeah, it
yep,
is.
They got it.
They did signal a 1st down, so he gets to the 3 yards they need. By the nose of the football. Good job by Santucci to move the sticks for North Hills. 1st and 10 Indians as they make their first venture into Pine Richland territory at the Rams' 48-yard line. Twins right and left, sidecar right of El Sayed. Long snap count. El Sayed wants to come out in the right flat this time. That's a high pass. Ooh, nearly picked off on the play. That was intended on the play for North Hills' Bryce Walker, but too tall for the very tall receiver, 6'3", but no chance for him to gather that in.
Yeah, El Sayed had him open in the flat there. Too high for Walker. Almost got picked by number 5, Brandon Humphrey Jr., the senior cornerback and wide receiver for Pine Richland. A little bit on the high side, and it could have been Humphrey taking it back, so a break there for North Hills.
2nd down and 10 for the Indians. Ball rest at the 48-yard line of Pine Richland. They go Twins right. Wing back to the right and the wide receiver right. Going to hand it off to Santucci, and he has no room there at all. He is swarmed under. Nice job of the right side of that Pine Richland defense. And they're going to mark that ball at the 48-yard line of North Hills. That's a loss of 4 on that play.
Colin Schaefer came in there, the senior defensive lineman, and blew that play up. Santucci had nowhere to go. He just blew through that offensive line. And we mentioned this in the pregame, a beat-up offensive line losing its 2 big studs. So North Hills running attack may suffer a lot tonight.
3rd down and 14 for the North Hills Indians. Again, the ball at their own 48-yard line. Trips out to the right. Sidecar right of El Sayed. He rolls to the right. He's under pressure. He turns it upfield. He's going to get 2 yards. Big hit there. He takes right at midfield, and it's going to be 4th down for the Indians. They're going to have to punt the ball, Scott.
And Sayed just had nothing downfield, takes the smart decision, runs upfield, and Schaefer again is there to meet him. And it sets up a 4th down and 12, and it looked pretty good so for North Hills and the Indians at first, but then a missed couple plays, and hey, it happens.
Both teams playing good defense here early. We're scoreless, 8:45 left to go first quarter here. Battaglia back deep for Pine Richland. Long snap count. Punting that ball away, that's Aaron Collins. And he's got a nice coffin corner there, rolls out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They'll mark it at the 5. That is a 45-yard punt. Collins, a weapon so far. He kicked the opening kickoff through the end zone, and now he's got a great punt that even Ray Guy from the Oakland Raiders would be proud of that one. That was awesome punt by Collins.
Yeah, the senior really stepping up there, kicker/punter for the Indians. Now it's up to this Indians defense to cause a turnover, cause some havoc for this Pine Richland Rams offense. The sophomore quarterback backed up on his own goal line.
He goes trips left. He's got a sidecar left. Jerkovic going to go with a draw play up the middle. Good yardage out to the 20 and more. 25-yard line, 20-yard pickup for Pine Richland on 1st down. And on that carry, that's Jimmy Graff with the big carry.
And Jimmy Graff, he just had an opening and he took off. And no one was going to catch him except for the free safety. Just a great little read and ride play there, and Graff found his hole.
They go the same formation, and they're going to hand it off the same play. No, they go with a fake, and it is Jerkovic, and he's got good yardage, runs that option. Faked the draw up the middle to Graff this time, went around left end, and he picks up 10 more yards. So 2 carries, 30 yards. Make it 31 yards as they mark that for an 11-yard gain. 1st and 10 again for Pine Richland at their own 36-yard line. They're on the move. And he wants to go deep. He's looking deep, and he is going to go deep. Jerkovic, he's got an open receiver at the 25, the 20. It's 10, 5, touchdown, Pine Richland. That's Brandon Humphrey with the touchdown. And for Humphrey on the season, that is his 2nd touchdown. What a great play by Pine Richland. 64 yards on the touchdown.
That's just a beautiful passing. He had all day back there to Jerkovic. He could have sat back there and wrote a book for how much time he had back there, and he just lobbed it downfield, and the senior Humphreys flies down the field and gets it in there.
Talking about flying down the field, 3 plays, 95 yards for Pine Richland. What a quick strike offense. And the extra point is up, meanwhile, and it's off to the right. And it is missed, no good. That was Jacob Gill missing that extra point. It remains 6-0, 7:55 left to go. First quarter, Pine Richland over North Hills will take a timeout. You are listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Back with you from Martorelli Stadium. Quick strike offense there. We've heard about it all season long. Pine Richland getting it done with that spread offense. Ran the ball 2 times for 31 yards, and then, wow, 64-yard touchdown pass. Phil Jerkovic to Brandon Humphrey, and what a hookup between those two. He hit him in stride, and nobody even close to him. Humphrey running into the end zone untouched. Very impressive second possession by Pine Richland. They lead 6-0. And the kickoff goes to the 5-yard line. North Hills bringing it out. And running across the field for North Hills. Looks like that was Tyler Brennan, the freshman, on the return. Nice return out to the 24-yard line. Give him 19 yards on the return.
Well, Jerkovic's time back there in the pocket, and he was just able to pick apart that defense. He had a man open in the flat that could have picked up some good yards, but he went for the home run ball to Humphreys, and the Humphreys was able to connect, and it was just a beautiful pass play.
2 men in motion for North Hills. They get reset on the other end of the formation, on the left side of the formation. They go pitch out to Santucci. Tries to turn it up, spin move, but nothing doing there. Good defensive play on the right side of that defense by Pine Richland. That was Jimmy Graff on the tackle.
And Jeremy Graff just pursuing there from his outside linebacker position, just comes in hot. And Santucci, no one to block for him. He's just got to make a move, and he tried to spin away from it. Couldn't. Graff with a good solid tackle there. No yards.
Santucci came into this game with 285 yards rushing on the season, 5.2 yards per carry, but he's been bottled up thus far by this quickly pursuing defense of the Pine Richland Rams. Second down 10 for North Hills from their own 24-yard line. El Sayed wants to pass, and again, Pine Richland, great pursuit, this time to the left side. That's Cam Taylor on the reception. He's going to lose yardage, Scott.
Yeah, Cam Taylor, just a little floater pass over there, and Cam Taylor had nothing to do. He just got met up by all that defense of Pine Richland. Once again, Jimmy Graff, number 8, on the tackle with a couple others helping him out. And the Rams are coming out here and trying to just stop a quick 3-and-out and get that ball back in their hot offensive hands.
For updated football scores on Friday nights, check out MSA Sports on your mobile device at m.scores.msasports.net. Scores all night long here on the MSA Sports Network. Third down and 13 from the 21. El Sayed has an open receiver. And that's on the near sideline here, and that is gathered in by North Hill Zach Smith.
Yeah, picks up a good gain there, gets him close to the first down. Pickup of 12 or 11, we'll say. So 4th down and 2 coming up, but hey, that's a good way to win the field position battle there. Get some space for your punter.
Yeah, they needed 12 on that. They got 10 of it back, so. And they will punt. Again, it's been their star player so far. Aaron Collins is their kicker/punter. He stands at his own 19-yard line. Low snap. He gets it up. And a wobbly kick bounces at the 38-yard line. And taking it is the punt returner at the 33-yard line, and that is Anthony Battaglia. And he takes it all the way out to the 45-yard line. That's a 12-yard return after a 35-yard punt by Collins.
So it only took them 3 plays last drive to march the ball down the field. All first downs on that drive, and that big touchdown pass, 64 yards. I would not be surprised to see if the Rams come out and keep that ball firing, keep that ball rolling, and just take it to this Indians team on homecoming night.
One thing that's impressive about Pine Richland is how quickly they get up to the line of scrimmage, too. They banged off those 2 runs, 20-yard run, 11-yard run, but they got up quickly for that 3rd play, and I think it had a lot to do with the big strike. They've shown this formation quite a bit tonight. They go sidecar left and trips left, and now a man in motion left, and we're going to get a timeout. It looks like Pat Carey. No, it's Pine Richland. Eric Kasparovich on the other side of the field wants to talk about it. We'll we'll keep it right here. The Hometown Girls Volleyball Show can be heard every Monday night at 7 p.m. at MSASports.net. Join Bob Orquist and James Dotson this Monday as they discuss WPIAL volleyball with members of the Brentwood Spartans and the Southside Rams. MSA Sports continues our exclusive coverage of the 2015 WPIAL Individual Golf Championships this week. On Tuesday, we'll have interviews and results from the WPIAL Class AAA and Class AA Girls Golf Championships. And on Thursday, the boys Class AAA golfers tee it up in search of District Gold. Your home for all of the WPIAL playoffs and championships right here on the MSA Sports Network. So following the Pine Richland timeout, it's 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 45-yard line. They lead 6-0 here, 6:09 left to go first quarter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rick Smith, broadcast partner Scott Majesky. And if you're watching us on the internet here tonight, we got the streaming video live for you. That's Jess Levo doing the camera work for you. Thank you for the fine job she's doing right behind us here. Short gain on the run up the middle, give him a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
They're giving the ball to Jordan Crawford there. Number 3, the sophomore, getting the carry. Picks about 2.
And they fake the Crawford, and it's going to be Jerkovic up the middle. He's got good yardage into North Hills territory. It's all the way down inside the 30-yard line on the play. And Santucci on the tackle, but not before a huge carry of 25 yards on the pickup by Jerkovic.
Hey, he is fast. He is everything advertised. Very athletic. Just took the ball right up the middle and blew by the 2nd level and 3rd level.
6'4", 200-pound sophomore. Very impressive. Now they go up the middle. It's going to be Crawford again. And he's got good yardage off the right guard, and he's going to get it inside the 20-yard line. Looks like he's got enough for another first down. Pine Richland's on a roll here, Scott.
Yeah, they're winning the battle in between the trenches. That's a great, solid offensive line you're looking at right now for the Pine Richland Rams. They're just creating the holes. It's also this read option play that they run as well in the spread offense.
10-yard gain. They're in the red zone. They're going to fake it again. Again, it's going to be Jerkovic. This time he's tripped up on the play. It's going to be a short game. Good penetration on the play. That was Ben Walter, the junior 6-footer for North Hills on the tackle.
Yeah, Ben Walter made him keep with it, but he also was able to stay with him and trip him up to that 3-yard gain. 2-yard gain.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Ball now at the 17-yard line of North Hills. Pine Richland up 6-0, looking for more. They go twins right and left, sidecar left. Man in motion now goes to the left, but they're going to go with a counter off the right side, bouncing it outside. Good yardage. First down saving tackle there, and on the run, that's Jimmy Graff for Pine Richland.
Jimmy Graff, just a little bounce-out cut move there. Nick Santucci with a great touchdown saving tackle there, because I think Graff had a full head of steam. He just got him by the back of his shoelaces, and just a nice play there by Santucci to save that touchdown. Set up a 3rd down and 2. Big 3rd down here for the Indians D.
Let's give him 6 on that last carry. Ball just at the 11-yard line, just outside the 11. And they go off the right side again. They run that counter again, this time off the right side. That's Don Bryant. That's his first carry of the game. He's got enough to move the sticks.
We're talking about the weapons that they use in this system for the Pine Richland Rams on offense. And they've already had 6 different players besides the quarterback touch the football tonight. 4 different running backs, 4 different rushers.
Don Bryant comes in with over 200 yards rushing on the season. Now they go up the middle again, and there's a flag down on the play at the end where the tackle was made down near the 1-yard line. And that's the keeper, the quarterback, Jerkovic, on the carry. Let's wait to see what that flag's about.
It looked like it was thrown in the huddle of the tackling, so possibly a face mask, maybe.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it was a big scrum there right at the 1-yard line as Jerkovic was trying to get into the end zone. There was a push from both teams, obviously in either direction. Here comes the referee. It's going to be a personal foul. It is a face mask. Good call, Scott, and it's against North Hills. So instead of at the 1-yard line, they're going to get a half the distance to the goal at the half-yard line, as if this offense needs any help.
Yeah. That's a 7-yard pickup there for Jerkovic, and already on 6 rushes. Looking impressive.
And he's going to go up the middle on the handoff, and that is Jimmy Graff, 1-yard touchdown run. Pine Richland leads 12-0, 3:50 left to go first quarter. Another impressive possession by these Rams.
Well, this offensive line is opening the holes for their running backs. They're just making it easy for this Rams offense to work, separating the defensive line for North Hills. And, we talked about North Hills losing 2 offensive linemen. Those 2 offensive linemen also played defensive line for them as well. So they're hurting on that defensive front as well.
In for the extra point is Jacob Gill. This time it is up, and it is good. 13-0. Pine Richland on top here. All Rams here early in this football game. 3:50 again left to go. First quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Back with you from Martorelli Stadium, and I'm Rick Smith. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Scott Majesky. Scott, are you impressed with Phil Jerkovic so far?
So far, I'm very impressed by Phil Jerkovic. I think he's just showing the maturity of a senior quarterback out there, and he's only a sophomore. This is very impressive to see him operate, and he's got a great offensive line to operate behind. There's no doubt about that. Just a solid up-front offensive line for him to work the ball down the field. These holes are being created by the men in the trenches, so you got to give love to that O-line for this Pine Richland team. That touchdown pass, I said it before, he could sit back there and read a book, write a book. He had so much time back there to throw the ball.
Yeah, he's impressive, passing the ball, running the ball. He's the total package, no doubt about it. Kicking off right to left is Jacob Gill of Pine Richland. High, short kick. And one of the deep backs takes it up the middle, breaks a tackle. He's outside the 30-yard line. Nice return there. 17 yards and 4 North Hills on that return. That's Tyler Brennan again for the Indians. Boy, North Hills has to just get some, establish some offense here, kill some clock offensively here, and try to keep that Pine Richland offense off the field. Right now their defense has got to be reeling and tired already. You would think they've been out here pretty much the entire game. 1st and 10 Indians at their own 32-yard line. They trail 13-0 here early on homecoming here on their homecoming night. Twins right and left, sidecar right from the gun. They go with a reverse. It's Santucci. Fakes it inside, tries to bounce it outside. And boy, I am impressed with his Pine Richland defense. Great pursuit. The first one there, Jesse Meckler on the tackle for the Rams.
And Jesse Meckler followed him the entire way, read that little jet sweep to Santucci. Santucci picks up 1 on that play, even though he ran about 30 yards to just get that 1 yard. That's just that good, just solid pursuit. And when he gets up, when you get the ball down, you see about 5 other white jerseys around. You just love the pursuit by this Rams D.
Yeah, Santucci's a fast back, too. He's got some good speed. He's got some wheels, and so does this Pine Richland defense. They fake jet sweep left. They go to the reverse off the left side, cross buck. And that handoff is going to go to the North Hills Indians. Bryce Walker on the play. And he's got short yardage out to the 36-yard line. Let's give him 3 on that. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Well, I like what North Hills is doing right here. They're trying to some trickeration. They're trying to mix up the defense for the Rams. They're trying to get the Rams to think they're going one way and they're going the other way. I like what they're doing there. But so far, that Rams defense, they fly.
They are. They are a fast defense, and that's what you like to see on defensive side of the ball, especially at this quad A level. They go trips right, and looking out to the right is El Sayed, and that's a little bit high. That ball should have been caught, but I don't even think it would have been enough for a first down anyway. In and out of the hands of Santucci on the play.
Yeah, a little bit too high there for Santucci. And then Sage Simpson for Pine Richland was coming in hot to make the tackle. So even if he did make the catch, he might have had one move, but then I think Simpson would have been right there waiting for him.
Again, Aaron Collins is going to have to punt this ball away for North Hills. Back deep for Pine Richland. That's Anthony Battaglia, 6'1", 195-pound senior, standing at his own 25-yard line. Collins, nice-looking kick, bounces at the 28-yard line. It's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 28. And that is a 31-yard punt by Collins on the play. We want to see your game day smiles. On our website, go to the game or broadcast page for the game that you're at. Select the Add a Photo option in the upper right-hand portion of the screen. and browse to the photo you want to upload. Your photo may then appear as one of our spotlight photos on our homepage, or you can tag it Instagram photos with @MSA Sports. We are all about social media here at MSA. First and 10 at the 28-yard line for Pine Richland. They're up 13-0 in what has been a very dominating first quarter thus far for the Rams. Goes out in the left flat. They go with a bubble screen, gets a good block, and that is Battaglia on the reception, and that block is by the older brother of the quarterback. That's Tom Jerkovic. The big tight end was out there, way out in the formation. He's 6'1", 215-pound senior, and they get a gain of 7 on first down. Here you go, twins right and left. You're going to hand it off up the middle to the sidecar back, and good yardage, spinning his way for a first down, Scott. That's Jimmy Graff out to the 40.
And Jimmy Graff again picking up a nice 5-yard gain right there up through the hole there. Another great offensive line created. They're creating gaps, and they're getting space, and they're pushing against this North Hills defense.
Josh Trant, the center, over the football. 5'10", 235-pound junior. Jerkovic wants to go deep again. He's got a receiver, and he hits him in stride. It's going to be another big touchdown of 60 yards on the play. That is Joey Joy on the reception for Pine Richland, and it is all Rams, 19-0. 1:23 left to go here in this first quarter. Wow, this Pine Richland offense is impressive.
Another touchdown of 60-plus yards. This one exactly has 60 yards there. A nice hookup, good little post route run. And for Joey Joy, he just got a little bit separation from his defender, perfectly placed ball, and another touchdown.
I mean, you said it. He could have ran down the field and placed it right in his hands. That's how perfect that pass was. Extra point, meanwhile, is up and good by Jacob Gill. And again, it's all Pine Richland. 20-0, 1:23 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Attention high school seniors. As one of America's top colleges, you'll want to visit Grove City College for Senior Crimson Day on Saturday, November 14th. Explore more than 50 majors and learn more about the value of a Grove City College education. Did you know it's the lowest cost of any private four-year college in Pennsylvania? Register for Senior Crimson Day on Saturday, November 14th at gcc.edu or call 724-458-2100. Grove City College, because faith and learning matter.
Back with you from Pine Richland, and it's been a clinic put on by a sophomore quarterback here, Phil Jerkovic. 2 touchdown passes here in the first quarter, one of 64 yards, one of 60 yards, and sandwiched in there a 1-yard touchdown run by Jimmy Graff, and Pine Richland leads 20-0 here in this first quarter of action. There's still a minute 23 left to go here in the first quarter. Pine Richland on their first possession, Scott, was 3 and out, but they have been a juggernaut ever since then.
It's just been impressive, and I have Jerkovic unofficially at 5 for 5 passing, and in those 5 for 5 passing, 2 touchdowns of 60-plus. It's really just been, he's just, like you said when we came back, a clinic. That's what he's put on right now. He's putting on a quarterback clinic out there for Pine Richland.
And my Lord, he is only a sophomore. How good is this young man going to be in 2 years? He's extremely good right now. This is just an impressive thing. And this is a team that had Ben DiNucci at quarterback last year, an all-state quarterback who passed for nearly 4,000 yards and 42 touchdowns. So they are very well off as far as getting quarterbacks. They got a head coach, Eric Kasparovich, who was a parade All-American quarterback himself for North Hills. And he led North Hills to a state championship in '93, but he's looking to lead Pine Richland to another WPIAL championship this year, and he's got another good team and another good quarterback. And Santucci, a short kick, brings it out to the 35-yard line. North Hills has had good field position in this game, but they just can't move the ball. As impressive as Jerkovic has been in the offense of Pine Richland, his defense has also been quite impressive.
Now, I'll tell you what, Rick, I've seen them fly up and down the field. They pursue it. Santucci's a very fast runner, and they don't make them look fast. They're flying to the ball. There's 3, 4, 5 white shirts around the point of contact. It's really impressive, this Rams defense. They would love nothing more than putting out a shutout here on homecoming.
Here come the Indians trying to stop the bleeding. They trail 20-0 here late first quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 35. They go with a handoff to Santucci, and again he's bottled up. He tries to reverse field, nothing doing. Good pursuit on the backside as well, and he's going to lose 2 yards on that play.
Just great pressure again. They're just flying to this ball. You got to give it to Jack Jeter right there, the senior defensive lineman, also plays offensive line. He flew in there and forced them back inside, and then Santucci tried to dance a little bit more, and Jeter was able to make the tackle. So it's just really impressive to see this Rams defense.
Yeah, they're staying in their lanes. They're doing a great job pursuing. It's just playing very good football on both sides. Second down and 12 now for North Hills at their own 33-yard line. El Sayed wants to run to the right. He's not going to. 5 Pine Richland Rams waiting for him right there. And he is stopped for no gain on the play. We are once again glad to be the home of the ProGrass Athlete of the Month this school year during the turf sport season of fall and spring. ProGrass will once again be recognizing an Athlete of the Month this fall in each of the following sports: football, and also boys and girls soccer. You can vote now on our website, and if you have a suggestion for who you would like to have considered for next month's ballot, let us know at info@msasports.net. That's the ProGrass Athlete of the Month. And that is the end of the first quarter here. All Pine Richland, they're on top 20-0 here over North Hills. Take a timeout, bring it back for the second quarter. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
The MSA Sports Network is more than just high school football this fall. Log on to MSAsports.net for coverage of all other scholastic fall sports with schedules, results, and rankings of boys and girls soccer. We'll also have results and postseason coverage of girls tennis, boys and girls golf, and cross country. Plus results and rankings along with weekly matches involving the MSA Sports Hometown Girls Volleyball program. The best coverage of all WPIAL fall sports is only here on the MSA Sports Network. MSA Sports social media pages are the best spot to find breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and more this season. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and tweet us your scores from around the WPIAL. Also, like us on Facebook to join in on the conversation with over 1,000 other high school sports fans and view pictures and videos of your favorite team. And view our mobile score site at www.msasports.net/m. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
Back with you from Martorelli Stadium. All Pine Richland in that first quarter. This first quarter, actually the second quarter tonight, is brought to you by ProGrass. They are First in Turf. Again, ProGrass First in Turf, our second quarter sponsor here. Third down and 12 for North Hills. We switch sides of the field, and El Sayed tries to pass it over to Santucci, and that ball is nearly thrown into the stands here at Martorelli Stadium. Fourth down and 12 now here for the North Hills Indians. And a very busy punter. That is Aaron Collins coming out, the senior. I believe this is his fourth punt of the evening. Anthony Battaglia back deep for Pine Richland, standing at his own 35-yard line. Collins stands at his 20. Line of scrimmage is the 33. Long snap count. Again, a low snap there. Nice job by Collins to gather it in. That ball's going to bounce all the way to the 25-yard line. It's picked up by one of the other receivers there. And that is at the 32-yard line. 7-yard return. Let's see who gathered that in for Pine Richland. And that was Sage Simpson on the return. That was a 43-yard punt there by Collins. 7-yard return again by Simpson. And I think we had a flag on the play possibly. The referee's talking about it there right at the 32-yard line. Let's see what we have. Referee's coming over here. Dead ball foul. Personal foul against Pine Richland. So somebody must have said something. I didn't see any pushing or anything. Somebody must have said something creative over there after the whistle was blown. And that creativity is going to end up in a 15-yard penalty back to the 17. So instead of at their 32-yard line, Pine Richland will start at the 17.
First mistake of the day for Pine Richland, and it results in a penalty. So Jerkovic, get these stats here, Rick. 5 for 5, 132 yards passing, 2 touchdowns in that first quarter.
Wow. most of them on 2 touchdown passes, those yards. And he wants to pass again, and he wants to go deep again, and he's got an open receiver again. And he steps out of bounds at the 47-yard line as Jordan Crawford, and that is a 30-yard pickup. And again, a dart thrown there by Jurkovic.
5th different receiver he's hit tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned there 14 different players have caught passes so far. He loves to spread the ball around. Why not with that arm? This time it goes through the hands of Jordan Crawford out there in the left flat and bounces harmlessly into the Pine Richland bench. So I believe that's his first incompletion of the game.
Incompletion. It took him a whole quarter and 29 seconds to do so, but he threw his first incompletion. It's because they didn't air out the ball downfield and let him throw it downfield. For a quick little screen pass over to the left there.
He comes into this game. Meanwhile, we do have a penalty on Pine Richland. Personal foul against the Pine Richland Rams there, and that's going to march it back 15 yards. A little discipline problem here for the head coach of Pine Richland, Eric Kasparovich. That marks the ball all the way back at the 32-yard line. Second down 25 now for the Rams. Ball at their own 32-yard line. Long snap count, trips out to the right. Jurkovic all by himself in the empty set backfield. He's got twins to the left. Looks out in the right flat. Now he runs that way. He's rolling out, and he's just, that's a smart play by the sophomore. Nobody open, Scott, and he gets rid of it.
A very mature play there by the sophomore quarterback, Jurkovic. Just looking, he had a screen pass. He didn't see anything that he liked, so he throws the ball away and sets up a 3rd and 25. And with this offense, 3rd and 25 is manageable for them. I mean, the way they air the ball down the field, we've seen plays of 30, 60 plus.
I tend to agree with you.
I'm not taking anything past this offense.
Absolutely not. And here he comes. He's going to pass. He's going to run it up the middle, looking to gain some yardage. Out to the 35-yard line, he's going to take a big hit there. And he is brought down hard to the turf. And that's only a pickup of 3 yards on the play. And Pine Richland, for the second time, they're going to have to punt the ball away. And what hurt him there was the personal foul penalties.
Yeah, 2 penalties in the game for Pine Richland, both of them coming on that drive. The one to start the drive, and that one didn't matter because they raced with a 30-yard pass play. And then the second one, they set up, they were going to have a second down and I think 10, and then they get a long first down and 20. That's tough. Penalties kill you, especially personal fouls.
Yeah, they stopped themselves on that one, and they'll punt the ball away for the second time here this evening. And punting it away, that is Matt Reeder. And Santucci takes it at his own 28-yard line. He was brought down to the turf. He's going to lose a yard on the return. That's a 37-yard punt by Reeder on the play, and really good coverage on the play, and that was Joey Joy on the tackle.
I'm starting to see the frustration there from Nick Santucci. He's trying to do a lot for his team. He's trying to be the leader out there. He's trying to make the plays. But unfortunately, Pine Richland's just flying over them. They know who to key up on, so they're sending everybody at Santucci. And he's a great player. I've seen him play. I've heard all about him, how great of a player he is. But right now, he's just being stifled by this defense.
Absolutely. He's got over 500 yards of offense there. Good call, Scott. He has been bottled up, though, this evening. And he's got the ball again out in the left flat. Makes a move, and he is hit hard on the play. Again, good pursuit from the inside, hitting him hard. A couple of players there. That was Jake Jeter, who you called his name earlier, and also Zach Lamiranda on the tackle. Just a gain of 2 for Santucci on the pass reception.
Second catch of the night for Santucci, and he's got a total of 9 yards receiving, and they've held him to 5 carries of -2 yards rushing for Santucci. So through the ground game has not been his night.
Again, Santucci comes in here rushing for over 280 yards and receiving over 230, and having a tough time. This Pine Richland defense, very impressive. Trips to the right, and he wants to go deep on the play. El Sayed's got an open receiver. This goes right off the outstretched fingertips of Santucci. He was open, and he had beaten the secondary there on the play, and that was a big play possibility for North Hills. It goes awry.
Yeah, you had him there. He was open. He just cooled off on one step to try to adjust and find it as like a center fielder out in baseball looking for a fly ball. He slowed down a bit, and that cost him. Reached out his arm, just couldn't make the play, unfortunately.
He had a couple steps there on Jimmy Graff, who was deep in coverage, but not quite deep enough. So 3rd down and 8 now coming up for North Hills. Ball at their own 29-yard line. 9:45 left to go, second quarter. 20-0 Pine Richland on top. Trips left. Looking out to the left is El Sayed. He's got an open receiver, but the blockers are way too far downfield. That was Bryce Walker on the play. He had two blockers out there in front of him, but they kind of left him behind, and he didn't have any chance at all. There's maybe a gain of a half a yard on that play. Now let's call it no gain. It's going to be 4th down again and again. Collins is going to have to punt it away. Yeah, Battaglia goes back deep. He's at his own 40-yard line. Collins stands at his 15, Aaron Collins. He's been one of the busiest players on the field for North Hills so far this evening. I believe this is his 5th punt. This time a good snap to him. He gets it away rather easily. Good spiraling kick by Collins to the 32-yard line. Battaglia takes it there, brings it across the 40. He's knocked down at the 43-yard line. Return of 11 yards on the play after a punt of 40 yards.
I'll tell you, North Hills' special teams I've been impressed by, especially Collins kicking the ball off and punting as well. He's winning the field position battle for North Hills. He's getting it out of his own end. He's getting it over to where Pine Richland's making some returns. That's a good 10-yard pickup right there. You'll take that every time on a punt return, get you close to midfield. But the punt game has been solid for the North Hills Indians. And special teams is a very key ingredient to a football game.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, but it's not a good sign when your punter is the star player of a football game. But here we go. Pine Richland again, the high-powered offense on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 43. They move left to right. And they go with a handoff. It's Graff up the middle. He's got close to a 1st down. He moves it into North Hills territory. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line, give him 9.
Just a huge hole, bursts his way through, picks up 9. Jimmy Graff is a hard runner. He gets it, finds his hole, and he goes. He doesn't dance, he just runs.
2nd and 1, ball at the 48 of North Hills. Pass to the tight end, brother to brother on that one. That's Tom Jerkovic on the reception. He's got a 1st down. Moves the ball all the way down to the 38-yard line. He did a nice job gathering that one in too, Scott. That pass was a little bit behind him.
I thought North Hills was going to come up with a pick there, but just a nice quick pass.
39-yard line of North Hills at the line of scrimmage. They're going to go to Graff off the left side again. He stumbles and falls forward for a 2-yard gain. Coming up at the half, it's the MSA Sports Halftime Show. This week, Dawn Rebel and the Professor are going to hand out the WPIAL football midterm grades, which is appropriate because this is the middle week of the regular season. I can't believe we're in week 5 already. 2nd down and 8 for Pine Richland at the North Hills 37. They're going to go to Graff again. Nothing fancy here. They just plow forward. Got a whistle. Whistle blown. They're going to say his knee was down at the 34-yard line. He was ready to keep running inside the 30. So
I thought he sneaked his way through and kept going, but they blew the whistle and stopped his momentum. 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, they mark it at the 34-yard line. So 3rd down and 5 now for the Rams. They go trips right. They go twins out the left. Empty set backfield. Out of the gun is Jerkovic. Long snap count. They're actually looking over. They've got the play card that so many teams use nowadays. And they're going to go with a quarterback draw. Jerkovic. And he's hit hard and stopped about a yard short. He needed 5. He's going to get 4.
I thought they were going to go to Humphreys on that play. It looked like a nice screen pass developing for Humphreys, but a quarterback design run the whole way, and I would not be surprised if Pine Richland goes for this on a 4th and 1 ball at the North Hills 30.
Joey Tomasic with a good hit on Jerkovic there to stop that play. And they're indeed going to go for it, 4th and 1. The first time we've seen a tight formation now. They're going to go option. Jerkovic's got what he needed. He needed a yard. He's going to get about 7 all the way down to the 23. They go option off to the right. They had tight end right. They had a wing back off to the right. All the power of that formation on the right side, Scott, and they take advantage.
Yeah, how many times do you see them line up in a power formation, get everybody tight on those big 4th down and 1 conversions right there? Got a chance to march the ball more down the field. Jerkovic is just moving it and very confident out there. Just very confident with his body language.
Pretty frightening that they can play power football, too, if they have to. And they're going to go with a jet sweep to the right, and this time good pursuit by the left side. We get a flag down. That's Sage Simpson on the reverse there, and we get a holding call. It's going to be against North Hills. They're signaling against the North Hills defense, a holding call. Somebody must have been holding up one of the blockers there.
That's my guess.
Strange call.
Usually you see that on a pass play, not a run play.
Right, that's an interesting call, but that is going to be a 1st down for North Hills. They'll march it down to there's a 10-yard penalty in high school. And that'll put it at the 12-yard line. Spot foul. 1st and 10 for Pine Richland at the 12. And now Pat Carey, no, that's not a warning. Oh, no. Oh, it is a sideline warning. But there's a flag down, too.
Sideline warning, North Hills.
Pat Carey was out on the field. I think he was letting the referee know his displeasure about that last call. It is a strange call. You don't see that often. Like you said, it's usually a pass play. You see that one. But that's just a warning. They don't usually throw the flag on the warning either. That's a strong warning. 1st and 10, Pine Richland. Again, North Hills 12-yard lines, the line of scrimmage. The Rams lead 20-0, looking for more. And they're going to fake the handoff up the middle. They go out to the right flat and a big hit there. Nice pursuit there. That's the tight end, Tom Jerkovic on the reception. Good coverage there by Bryce Walker.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
We have 2 yards on that play. 2nd and 8. Ball now at the 10-yard line. 6:04 left to go, 2nd quarter. All the players looking for the play from the sidelines, far side of the field. Nice crowd here tonight on homecoming. Good student section for Pine Richland. And they're going to go, Jerkovic is going to keep it himself, and he lunges forward for a 2-yard gain. And it will be 3rd down now for the Rams.
I think the Rams are just playing smart. They're just going to eat some clock, get a score before the end of the half.
Pine Richland student section all in pink tonight. Breast cancer awareness, and a huge student section off to our right here for the North Hills Indians, which is usually the case here at Martorelli. And we're going to get a timeout. Pat Carey. No, it's going to be Pine Richland. It's going to, they called the North Hills timeout, but they pointed towards Pine Richland, so we'll wait to sort that out. There's 5:33 left to go here in the half. We'll keep it right here. Go ahead.
That timeout, I was just going to confirm North Hills did call it, pointed the wrong way at first, and then they changed it up and pointed it to North Hills.
Don't forget to tune in for This Week in the WPIAL on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Join us as we visit with some of the top WPIAL coaches, plus we preview Week 6 of the WPIAL football season. That's This Week in the WPIAL. That's Wednesday night at 7 p.m. here on MSA. It has been all Pine Richland here, looking to go 5-0 overall and 4-0 in the conference. North Hills coming in here. They have 2 wins, but quite frankly, weren't impressive ones or over very strong teams. They beat Fox Chapel in Week 1. In Week 3, they beat Butler. They suffered a non-conference loss here to Plum here at Martorelli in Week 2, and then we talked about the big loss up at Seneca Valley last week, which had to be disappointing for Pat Carey and his Indians to go on the road. Anytime North Hills gives up those kind of points, 31, that's a bad night. Jerkovic going to call his own number up the middle, close to the end zone, and he's going to be just shy of pay dirt. Jerkovic down inside the 1-yard line, so let's give him 7 on that carry. And quickly, Pine Richland up to the line of scrimmage, looking to add to this 20-0 lead. 1st and goal, Rams. They spread it out. They go to Graff. Graff bounces it out the left side. Touchdown, his 2nd of the evening. And for Jimmy Graff now, 9 touchdowns on the year. Pine Richland leads 26-0. 5:18 left to go, 2nd quarter.
And just marching the ball down the field, using that offensive line, finding their way in. And Jimmy Graff gets his 2nd touchdown run of the game. It's just the winning of the battle in the trenches is this Pine Richland's team. And they are setting up to go for 2.
Go for 2 here. They go from the gun. Jerkovic calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to go trick play. Reverse, looking for a reverse pass. Battaglia, and he's going to be stopped. He gets hit by 3 Indians. That fooled nobody. The first one there for North Hills was Joey Tomasic, also Bryce Walker on the stop. So the run fails. The score stays 26-0, 5:18 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top 4 WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
Also on Thursday, we preview the college football slate in the region for the upcoming weekend, then we recap those games each and every Sunday.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
Back with you from Martorelli, 26-0, Pine Richland on top. Nick Santucci takes the kickoff return for the North Hills Indians and takes it right out to his own 1-yard line and brings it out to, I'm going to mark out at the 15, so give them a 14-yard return on that. 1st and 10 for North Hills from their own 15. They move right to left. They go Twins way out to the left. They're going to go power I left out of the gun. And they're going to hand it off. They're going back to basics here, and that's not working either. Pine Richland is stopping everything North Hills throws at him, and again, Santucci gets hammered, and he is hobbling back to the huddle. He has been hit hard many times tonight, Scott.
Yeah, he has, and it's been just tough to see Santucci, such a competitor out there, and another lost yardage. That thing brings his total of running. He's got 6 rushes for -3 yards. He's checking out right now in this first half at the 4:40 mark here in the second quarter. That's just tough. He's such a competitor, and you just root for him because he's one of the better players out there on the field. But the Rams are just circling all around him.
Loss of 2 on that play. 2nd down and 13 for North Hills. 2nd and 12 from their 13. And he's got an open receiver on the play, and it's just a tough play again for Santucci. He was looking over his right shoulder. That was actually Cam Taylor was looking over his right shoulder and ended up going over his left shoulder. He couldn't make the adjustment. But that would have been a nice gainer for the Indians. El Sayed has had a couple nice passes here that have been, catchable, but unfortunately for North Hills just haven't worked out. Again, it's tough for North Hills, too. Their best lineman, Jake Busagrossi, big kid, 6'4", 280 pounds, out with a shoulder injury for the rest of the year. He's a Division I player. He's on his way to West Virginia, but they're hurting without him in there, obviously. El Sayed again wants to go deep. That ball tipped on the play and nearly intercepted. And actually, one of the North Hills players came down with it. Nice play by Bryce Walker on the adjustment, and he is going to receive that ball at the 27. That is a first down for the Indians on a gain of 13. And one of the Pine Richland Rams is hurt.
Sometimes you just need a break to fall your way, and courtesy of number 32, Bryce Walker, right there to get that break for the North Hills Indians. Injured Ram player, like we mentioned, down on the field. But hey, sometimes you just need those bounces to go your way, and that's exactly what just happened.
Player's grabbing his left knee there, trying to see who that is for Pine Richland. Trainer out for the Rams.
Woody High 14, Upper St. Clair 0. That's in the second quarter. The lone quad A score I've seen.
Yeah, the 2 coaches in that, Jim Render, the winningest coach in WPIAL history, and George Novak, number 3 all-time. Number 2, sandwiched between them, is the former head coach here at North Hills, 35-year head coach Jack McCurry, who had 281 wins. Render way out in front of everybody. And a good hand for the injured player for Pine Richland, and that was Ronnie Zavasky for the Rams. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that's Zach Lemiranda, who walks off, and he looks like he's going to be okay, and that's good to see. So again, a tipped pass at the line of scrimmage there, but coming down with it was Bryce Walker for North Hills. Looks like Pine Richland had a chance to pick it off, but Walker coming in there diving, and Johnny on the spot picking up the first down on the good athletic play. 1st and 10 Indians as we're back to live action here at their own 27-yard line. 4:10 left to go, moving clock here, second period. Pine Richland on top, 26-0. Again, El Sayed wants to go down the sideline here, near sideline past the fly pattern, and good defensive coverage on Santucci there. That was Christian Kelly who knocked it away for the Rams.
Just a nice break up there by Kelly. And Santucci had him streaking. I thought Kelly might actually came down with that pick, but nonetheless, a nice block away, and that's what you need to do. If you can't come with the pick, sure pick, just knock it down. Central Catholic also leading 42-0 for a North 8 score.
Shout out to Guy Berg listening out in Gibsonia, friend of the network. Thanks for tuning in there, Guy. Appreciate that. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line of the North Hills Indians. Hard snap count there by El Sayed. He hit Santucci out in the flat. First time he's had some room to run. He powers his way out of bounds into the Pine Richland bench. Let's see where they mark at. They're going to mark that at the 32-yard line, so that's a gain of 5. That's a hard-fought 5 yards, Scott.
Yeah, he battled for that one, that's for sure, and that's going to set up a more manageable 3rd down coming up here for North Hills. Looking to sustain a drive, get some momentum going into the halftime. 3:54 left to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Don't forget, coming up at the half, it's the MSA Sports Halftime Show this week. Dawn Rebel and the Professor. They're going to hand out the WPIAL football midterm grades.
Let's play off quick.
Don't miss that at halftime. 3rd down and 5 from the 32. El Sayed scrambling. He gets out of a would-be sack, but he's only going to gain 1 yard. It's going to bring up 4th and 4 now for North Hills.
Play took a while to come in. The huddle broke late. They had 5 seconds to get the snap off, and it all turned out to be for naught, a no gain there. Nice pursuit there by the defense and defensive line. They're actually going to give them 1 yard on that carry, so I'll change that goose egg to a 1 on that rush.
Aaron Collins to punt from his own 20-yard line. 6th punt of the evening. Battaglia back deep at his own 35-yard line for Pine Richland. Rowdy Rooters have been strangely silent tonight up on the hill. Usually they are quite rowdy, and I haven't heard them at all. And another good punt by Collins. Rolls down to the 30-yard line. That is a 37-yard punt by Collins.
Flag on the play.
Flag down on the play. Let's wait to see what that's all about. We're going to mark out at the 31. 3:08 left to go here. All Pine Richland in this first half. A couple touchdown passes. Phil Jerkovic, 64-yard touchdown pass just 4 minutes into the game to Brandon Humphrey. He also had a 60-yard touchdown pass to Joey Joy late in the first quarter. And on either side of those, touchdown pass, 2 one-yard runs by Jimmy Graff. That's all the scoring for the Pine Richland Rams here. And that is going to go against the Rams. They're going to march that backwards, mark the ball at the 16-yard line of Pine Richland. Did you see what that call was, Scott?
No, I did not. I was actually trying to find the official, but I was too late in finding the official on that. It looked like another personal foul. I mean, they backed them up pretty far on that play again, and we saw how much that hurt Pine Richland on one drive.
I'm going to agree with you because it looked like it was definitely a dead ball foul, so that's the third personal foul for Pine Richland. They've played a great first half, but that is the only chink in the armor so far here for the Rams. So they do have 1st and 10, 3:08 left to go here in the second quarter. Jerkovic looking deep again. He's got an open receiver just beyond his outstretched hands. That's Brandon Humphrey at the 45-yard line, streaking across the middle.
That's a nice pass, and Humphrey had him beat. Could not hit him.
2nd down and 10 now for the Rams.
I like Brandon Humphrey Jr. I'm impressed by him. He's got some good athleticism, some good speed.
They're going to go fake handoff up the middle. Jerkovic going to call his own number. Gets outside. He's at the 20, tripped up right there at the 20-yard line. He falls forward all the way out to the 24-yard line with that big 6'4" frame. Give him 8. It'll set up 3rd down and 2.
Another good 7-yard pickup there for Jerkovic. A couple good blocks. Beat Santucci with a nice little stiff arm move there. And now sets up a 3rd down and 3. Pine Richland would love to put up some more points going into halftime. That is for sure.
Right you are. They do mark it as a 7-yard gain on that last carry by Jerkovic. Ball at the 23-yard line of the Rams. And they're going to go up the middle to Graff. Graff needed 3. He's got a lot more. He's powering his way out. Oh, my. They still haven't brought him down. Why did they blow the whistle? Now there's a flag down.
Helmet came off. That's why they blew the whistle.
Oh, okay.
Might have been Graf's helmet.
Oh, my. Flag coming out, and Graf was still going. The Pine Richland bench very upset. Now another flag flying. And things getting a little out of hand. Now another flag is one of the Pine Richland Rams players jawing a little bit there. Graf ran that ball for over just about 20 yards. He started at the 23-yard line and brought it all the way out to the 43. It looks like where they're going to mark it. And now they got to sort out this mess here and see what all these flags are about. Laundry everywhere on the field.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're just going to offset this. And
that's my guess.
But the helmet came off. That's why the whistle's blown. Graf was dragging 5 Indians down the field. And then the helmet comes off, so they blow the whistle. Play still continues. Maybe, I'm sure there were some punches, maybe some hits being thrown at the helmetless running back, Graf. So that's why you saw some personal flag fouls called, and then you see probably there was some rough housing afterwards.
Yeah, that's good work by the referee, though, and a good spot by you there, Scott, because he was still moving forward and still carrying the Indians downfield. I was wondering why they blew the whistle, but that is safety first. That's a good move by the referees.
They threw 2 flags, but then they threw a third one over by the Pine Richland sidelines, and I'm wondering if that third flag is going to be the deciding one of where this ball is going, either 15 yards forward or 15 yards back.
Yeah, I think it was all going to be on North Hills there, but then at the end it was Zach Lemiranda for Pine Richland. It was doing some jawing there, and that's when that last flag that you mentioned came out. So let's see. They finally got this sorted out, I think. A lot of notebooks being written into there by the Zebras. And here we go. We're finally going to get a call. Dead ball foul. What a surprise there. And personal foul, also not a surprise. They point towards North Hills, and you called it, Scott. Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct. That's that last flag we saw called. Now we got an unsportsmanlike conduct again on Pine Richland. And we have an ejection. We do have a player ejected. I think that's what that signal was there. So that's a mess. Let's see where this ends up. I mean, there is 2:10 left to go here in the second quarter. It's Pine Richland 26-0 on top of North Hills. Are they going to go through this fiasco, marching the ball backwards and forwards? I'm not a big fan of this, obviously.
No. And you think they threw up the player ejection?
I saw the thumb, the old thumb being pointed backwards. So
I'm wondering who's getting ejected.
Okay, so far they've marched 15 yards backwards against Pine Richland. And now the umpire is standing at the 27-yard line. And he's talking to one of his referee teammates there. Eric Kasparovich, meanwhile, having a conversation with a referee on the far side of the field. That conversation's over. Now he's going to come over and talk to Pat Carey, the North Hills head coach. And they're going to have a conversation right in front of us here on the near sideline. Umpire still standing over the ball at the 27 of Pine Richland. That may have been that extra unsportsmanlike conduct. Was the net, if you will, of this situation. Pat Carey getting the full explanation. Again, Pat Carey and Eric Kasparovich, former assistants under Jack McCurry here for many years. And they're both in their third year as head coach at their respective schools. Pat Carey was a star player and a captain of the 1987, just a legendary team at North Hills. It was was ranked #1 in the nation at the end of the year by USA Today. And then Eric Kasparovich was, again, I mentioned earlier, was the quarterback and a parade All-American quarterback for North Hills on their 1993 state championship team that beat Central Bucks West in the state championship on a 2-point conversion run by Eric Kasparovich at the end of the game that beat the Bucks of Central Bucks West 15-14. So good pedigree, not only as coaches but as players for both of these gentlemen. So Pat Carey's done getting his explanation, and Again, the next of the whole situation is going to be 1st and 10 for Pine Richland at their own 27-yard line.
Well, Seneca Valley at the half is up 29-0 over Butler. That is at halftime.
Boy, Butler continues to struggle. One of the biggest school districts in the WPIAL, the biggest school district in the WPIAL. They just can't buy a winning season. And we go with a draw play with Pine Richland on 1st and 10. Run out to the 30-yard line. And on that carry for Pine Richland, that was Jordan Crawford. Give him a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 from the 31. Jurkovic wants to pass. He's got all day, all day. Goes deep. He's got Battaglia. Oh, and right through his hands. Good defensive play there, as Scott mentioned.
Nathan Zimmerman, I think, number 6, Devin Pauling, I believe, on that play there. The cornerback, junior cornerback, he just knocked that ball out of Battaglia's hands. That's just a smart heads-up defensive back play. I like that play. That's impressive.
There's also a flag down at the 44-yard line of North Hills.
Well, that batted away pass will go for naught.
Yeah, you're right. That was Devin Pauling on that play. Holding on North Hills, so that's the traditional holding that we expect to see, unlike the one we saw earlier. 1st and 10, automatic first down for Pine Richland. Ball now at their 41. Again, Jurkovic wants to go downfield. He looks, now he's scrambling, runs right up the middle, and he's going to get about 2 yards out to the 43-yard line. Good, that's a coverage. It's not a sack, it's a 2-yard gain, but that was good coverage downfield by Pine Richland.
He's got to look to his right, Jurkovic, and I know he's only a sophomore, and we can't critique him too much, but he keeps having guys open over here on the right side. Humphrey was jumping up and down saying, I'm open, I'm over here, I'm wide open, throw me the ball. Jurkovic is going to learn that through time and a lot of tape watching.
Yeah, he fakes a pass out to the right, calls his own number, runs off right tackle, advances it out to the 47-yard line. That's a gain of another 4 yards. And we're going to get a timeout by the Pine Richland Rams. Again, 46 seconds left here in the second quarter. It's 26-0, Pine Richland on top. We'll take a quick timeout. You are listening to the ProGrass First in Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Come on.
Hi, this is Don Rebel inviting you to log on each Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for This Week in the WPIAL, only here on the MSA Sports Network. Join me along with other MSA Sports members each week as we talk to head coaches around District 7, plus run down all the high school football action and preview the top games for the upcoming weekend. That's This Week in the WPIAL, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Back with you from from Martorelli Stadium. I forgot where I'm at. Senior moment there. My apologies. Okay, so 3rd down and 4. Ball at the 47-yard line of Pine Richland. He faked it out to the right and then powering his way a pass back to the left side. And that was Battaglia. Battaglia needed 4. He's going to get about 10 on that play. 1st and 10 at the North Hills 43. Pine Richland running the 2-minute offense with 35 seconds remaining here. And Jurkovic wants to go deep over the middle. He's got an open receiver. And that is his brother, the big tight end, Tom Jurkovic, all the way down to the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 24 on the play. 1st and 10 at the 24 of North Hills. 24 seconds remaining, clock moving. Now on the right, a fly pattern down the sideline, and that is Jordan Crawford. He was wide open, no coverage on the play. He is all the way down to the 3-yard line, and that is a pickup of 20 yards. It's going to set up 1st down and goal for Pine Richland. And it looks like the Rams are going to burn their final timeout, and indeed they do. That is their 3rd and final timeout. We'll keep it right here. Some of the top athletes in the WPIAL are featured every week on the MSA Sports Center stage. which you can view on our YouTube page. Log on to our website this fall at www.msasports.net and check out which athletes we are talking to. Plus, our weekly game lights are also now featured here on the MSA Sports Network. Also, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to throw off some stats. 11 for 15 already on the night for Jerkovic, and he's reaching the 200 mark already here in the first half. 15 seconds left to go. 2 touchdowns already. He's thrown to his brother the most, 3 times, so a little brother bonding there. And his brother is catches of 6'2" and 24 to give him 32 yards on the night. But the man who has the most catch, or the man who is the most effective, is number 3, Crawford. He's had a catch of 30 yards and a catch of 20 yards, and he's only a sophomore as well. So we may be hearing that connection over the next 3 years.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. Here come the Rams back out to the line of scrimmage. First and goal from the 2-yard line of North Hills. Looking to add to this 26-0 lead. They go option right. That's Graff. Makes a North Hills Indian miss, and he jogged into the end zone. And for Graff, that is his 3rd touchdown of the evening, his 10th touchdown of the season, and it's 32-0 Rams. 9 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Just a nice little option play there. Give it to Graff. The man who just makes one little quick move, shakes the defender, and just powers his way into the end zone. Gets the touchdown. Like you said, Rick, 3 touchdowns already in this first half, and just impressive run there. And just a great overall offensive explosion by Pine Richland.
Nate Zimmerman had a shot at him right at the 2-yard line, but a nice juke there. And the extra point by Jacob Gill is up and good. It's 33-0 here again. 9 seconds left to go here in the first half, and we're going to keep it right here. Coming up at the half, it's the MSA Sports Halftime Show. This week, Don Rebel and the Professor. I'm guessing that's Mike White, Professor White.
I'll guess that as well. I'm pretty sure that's who that is,
since he seems to be on every halftime show. But they're going to be handing out the WPIAL football midterm grades, so that ought to be interesting. Stay tuned for that. MSA Sports has you covered this fall on the court and on the pitch. Tune in for our hometown soccer broadcasts, and they feature Upper St. Clair, Penn Trafford, Fox Chapel, and Seneca Valley. We also have hometown girls volleyball broadcasts featuring West Allegheny, Central Valley, Freeport, Brentwood, Bishop Canevin, Avonworth, Southside, and Chartiers Houston. Hometown soccer and girls volleyball broadcaster only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Jerkovic is 11 for 15, 216 yards passing, 2 touchdowns in the first half.
That's impressive. His completion percentage is impressive. He came in 50 of 76 on the season, so this is a young man who he's completing nearly 65-70% of his passes at the high school level as a sophomore. Look out, folks. This kid is unbelievable. And Santucci's going to take the kickoff at the 1-yard line, bring it straight up the middle, 15-20, out near the 25-yard line. That's where he'll be stopped. Actually, they'll mark it at the 24-yard line, so a 23-yard return by Santucci. Tommy Camino on the stop, along with Raymond Falcone of the Pine Richland Rams.
One more first half stat for Jerkovic, 12 carries for 81 yards rushing.
Oh, just throw that in there.
I'll just throw that in there.
So he's got, about 300 yards of offense himself here in the first half.
300 plus.
Came in with over 1,000 yards of offense in the first 4 games, and he has just lit up his North Hills defense here at homecoming at Martorelli Stadium here tonight in this first half. Santucci around right end on the carry. He'll bring it out to the 29-yard line, and that is going to do it here. That is the end of the first half. All Pine Richland and all sophomore quarterback Phil Jerkovic. Impressive performance here, along with Jimmy Graff with 3 touchdowns rushing for the Rams, 2 touchdown passes for Jerkovic, and well over 200 yards of passing, nearly 100 yards of rushing for the sophomore quarterback. It's been all Rams. It's 33-0. Pine Richland on top of North Hills. Take a timeout, come back with a halftime show. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
From the day we were born, I've always been ahead of my twin sister. First to talk, first to walk, and I'm always first to try the latest and greatest of everything.
So you have everything checking from Dollar Bank?
Of course I do.
Wait, What? You know, everything checking. There's no monthly service fee. It is online banking, rewards, mobile deposit, 55,000 free ATMs, and 1.60% APY on savings. Really? Plus the Dollar Bank app to stay connected to it all.
When did you get that?
And now, I can be the first to pay with my Dollar Bank debit MasterCard from my mobile phone.
Your total is $42.90.
I have to go.
Bye-bye, sis.
Ask for new everything checking only from Dollar Bank. Call 1-800-242-BANK. Stop by or visit dollarbank.com for details. Dollar Bank. Mutually inspired. Rate and service fee waiver require everything checking with 6 qualifying monthly payments. 0.25% annual percentage yield over $20,000. Subject to change without notice. Dollar Bank. Member FDIC.
And now the halftime show with Don Rebel and Mike White as they give and they talk about midterm grades here in the WPIAL football season.
Welcome to the Week 5 edition of the halftime show here on the MSA Sports Network. I'm Don Rebel. Week 5 means we have reached the midway point of this 2015 9-week regular season, and by law, we are forced, it is a joy to welcome in the professor.
Sit down, Donnie. Be a good student. Sit down.
You have everything there, Professor?
I have found my grade book, but this time of year to give grades and everything out,
What's wrong? You look a little...
I have a headache. I'm trying to figure out this new curriculum that they're going to maybe bring into the WPIAL next year. It's all about A's. They want 6 A's. You can get 6 A's now, not just 4 A's.
So they're going to add more classes?
They're going to add more classes. I have a headache. I hope I don't get sick and need that sawdust that they spread out on the floor for kids when they get sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, Principal O'Malley doesn't like the 6A. He's all about not the 4-H club. He's about the 4A club, the superintendent, Mr. O'Malley. But anyway, grades and comments.
I thought it was Principal O'Malley.
He's both.
Wow.
He's a slash man.
Okay.
Some grades and comments. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I gave Jason Dunbar of Riverside and Zach Chandler their new books for the year. You know what they did, Don? They threw them.
What?
They threw them. They throw everything. How about it? What they have done this year. Both averaging over 300 yards passing a game. Dunbar threw for a WPIAL record 551 yards in one game. They have an outside chance at breaking the single-season record for passing for the regular season, held by Bruce Gradkowski. They would need to average over 300 a game. They might have a chance. Here we go. Kudos. Gold star. I'm going to give out more gold stars later. To Shaler, they finally passed the test. Yay!
Give him a ring of that bell. Yay!
Only took about 4 years. We broke a 34-game losing streak. They passed the test last week. Close to one of the worst test takers in WPIAL history. One more loss would have tied them for the 4th longest in WPIAL history. Then there's South Fayette. These are the guys you want to take the SAT for you.
Johnny Ace.
You hear that? Not that you want to cheat, but you want them to take the SAT. Joey Rossi and the boys, because they pass every test, 36 in a row, 2 away from the 3rd longest in WPIAL history. Okay, history class now in session. Geez, will you tell Richie Sleeper and Joe Mataras to stop throwing spitballs back there, Don? Okay, history. Making history so far this year, Blue Ribbon School. Deer Lake's 4-0. 4-0 for the first time ever since the school opened in 1969. And Plum is 4-0 for the first time since 2001. In bad history. Look at this. It's like the stock market crashing. You study that?
No.
You didn't. You didn't pay attention.
No.
It's Blackhawk crashing. 0-4. First time since the school opened in 73. Those are some history lessons.
Cougars are an endangered species.
Wait, somebody needs me on the internet. Yeah. Professor, I got to go. There's a spitball fight with Richie Sleeper and Joe Mataras.
Boy, I tell you what, those getting a lot of pub, those students. All right. Gold stars being handed out by the professor when the halftime show continues on the MSA Sports Network. Gold stars and more plugs. When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf. Spending a wet week 5 with the professor, handing out grades. Now ready to hand out some gold stars.
But yes, just got back from recess though, Don. There's a pretty good game of kick the can going on.
What was
I mean, kick the ball. You should see that Jake from State Farm play that game. I mean, Jake from Plum play that game.
Okay.
He's not wearing khakis. He's wearing a kicking shoes. Jake Chapla's 6 field goals already this year from Plum. Jake from Plum. That's pretty good in 4 games, 17 in his career. Pretty good. Gold star for him. Okay, Hunter Burns. I just asked that little student, Hunter Burns, to carry a box of paste from the boiler room to my classroom. He couldn't do it. His back hurts too much. Why? He's carrying the ball 33 times a game for Deer Lakes.
He's carrying the Lancers right now.
Oh, my goodness. Hunter. New kid in my classroom. Anyone ever seen this kid before, Don? Stretch Armstrong, I think his name is.
Stretch Armstrong, yes.
Stretch Armstrong. He
Yes.
apparently lives by the river, in the river. The River Hawks. The Armstrong River Hawks.
Yes.
They get a passing grade. They're the new student. They prefer to be homeschooled, though. They're 2-2 at home, 0-2 on the road. Watch them.
2-0 at home.
2-0 at
Yeah.
home, 0-2 on the
Right.
road. That's what I meant. That's what I said.
That's
Annual
wrong.
part of the professor grades.
Yes.
Who gets the geography tutor?
Oh, boy.
It would have to be Western Beaver so they can discover the end zone. 6 points they've scored for the year. Waynesburg, 14. Send them to the geography tutor. They can discover the end zone. Kudos to my junior class. Why juniors? Well, because they're loaded with big-time college prospects, Don. Checking to see if they're being recruited by What's the Matter You.
Are they?
Nothing's the matter with me. They're being recruited by What's the Matter You, I think. And we're talking about C.J. Thorpe, David Adams, Lamont Wade, Paris Ford, Josh Lugg, Donovan Jeter, all big-time prospects, juniors, big-time offers.
Stars in the forehead?
Gold stars. Speaking of gold stars, professor of the half year. It's a tie.
Uh-oh.
From the same conference, Nick Milkovich from Ringgold and Matt Humbert from Bell Vernon. They're intertwined. They changed classes. Humbert was at Ringgold. Now he's at Bell Vernon. Milkovich took over at Ringgold. They're both 4-0. They both beat Thomas Jefferson. And one of them will break Thomas Jefferson's hold on the conference title this year. All right, student of the half year. Here we go. You're going to be surprised at this.
Okay.
I'm going to... Little Timmy, Tiny Tim. Timmy Vecchio of Penn Trafford. Yes, I know. Not Lamont Wade or any of those big guys. This kid's a player, Don. He's a student of the half year. May be different at the end of the year. He has 3 interceptions in one game, returned them all for TDs. Big plays in every game. Catches the ball. Very good on defense. One of the most underrated players in the WPIAL and one of the best.
2 gold stars to little Timmy.
Little Timmy.
Professor, we'll see you at the end of the season. Hopefully.
Bye-bye.
Maybe. Enjoy the second half of the game you are listening to here in Week 5 on the MSA Sports Network.
Attention business owners and marketing managers. MSA Sports Network offers a cost-effective way to expand your advertising efforts, increase your bottom line, and promote your brand and services in the communities you serve. Offering you flexible marketing plans with numerous multimedia combinations, the ability to target your local customers within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your business, industry exclusivity, available via sport, season, community, or region, and outstanding return on investment with all MSA Sports sponsorship opportunities. MSA Sports Network represents the most efficient and effective ad placement in the broadcast industry. To learn more about advertising opportunities on the MSA Sports Network, contact Glenn Anderson at 412-362-2000, extension 2225, or ganderson@msa.com.
No regrets.
You may have some regrets in life, but not with Erie Insurance. We'll treat you fairly and won't penalize you for a mishap. And we have great rates. So instead of regrets, get to know Erie. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with us year after year. Get a quote today.
Call the Mills Agency, servicing Greensburg, Ligonier, and Jeanette. 724-834-3015.
Erie Insurance.
Back with you from Martorelli Stadium here at halftime. Pine Richland on top of the North Hills Indians. The Rams winning this handily, 33-0 here at halftime. Both these bands doing a great job here at halftime. North Hills band out there entertaining. Always enjoy the Pine Richland band. They got the tuba players. They're all girls. All girl tuba players is quite interesting, but definitely 2 of the top bands in the area here, North Hills and Pine Richland. Boy, what an impressive first half. Not just the offense. I mean, that was impressive in and of itself, but the defense. This is a complete football team. I'm Rick Smith. I'm joined by Scott Majesky. And, Scott, you had to be impressed with everything you saw from Pine Richland in that first half.
It's just been an all-out clinic by the quarterback, Philip Jerkovic. He's just been out there. He's been throwing the ball down the field. Quick stat line on him tonight. 11 for 15, 216 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Both of the touchdowns are 60 yards and plus, 64-yarder to Humphreys to open the scoring, making it 6-0. And then to make it 20-0, he threw it to Jerry Joy. That was 60 yards. Sprinkle in a Graff 1-yard touchdown run between that to make it 13-0. Then another Graff touchdown run. That came in the second quarter, made it 26-0. And then with 9 seconds left to go in the first half, Graff again a 2-yard touchdown run, made it 33-0 after a 20-yard pass play to Crawford, another sophomore, to set up that 2-yard touchdown run. Nothing on the board for North Hills as our score stands at 33-0. Jerkovic, like I said, he's accounted for 297 total yards in this game for Pine Richland. And Rick, the only really downer for Pine Richland in this contest has been their penalties. They've had 4 personal foul penalties, unsportsmanlike penalties, all intertwined in that. That's been the downer for Pine Richland. And you look at a score of 33-0, it's not going to hurt them here in this game so far. But as a head coach down the road, that may hurt you come in the crunch time of their season, like in the WPIAL playoffs.
No doubt about it. Pine Richland undefeated in the Northern 8 and overall 3-0 in the conference, 4-0 overall. They are all alone at the top of the Northern 8 conference. Heading into this game tonight, Pittsburgh Central Catholic, North Allegheny, this North Hills team, and Seneca Valley were all tied for second place at 2-1. Shaler down in 6th place at 1-2. Shaler broke a 34-game losing streak last week, over almost 4 years of futility for the Titans. They beat Butler last week. Butler is 0-2 in the conference. Fox Chapel is 0-4 in the conference. None of those three teams are going to make the playoffs. You would think North Hills, even though they're getting shellacked here tonight at home, would probably be the fifth-place team in the Northern 8 unless they pull off an upset down the stretch. But tonight, also in the Northern 8 Conference, Butler at Seneca Valley. I believe you mentioned Seneca Valley was winning big in that contest. North Allegheny's at Shaler. You would expect North Allegheny to win that one big. Fox Chapel is in a non-conference matchup with Cannon McMillan, and they better win that one. That might be the only chance other than the Butler game that they have to win a game this season. Connellsville is at Pittsburgh Central Catholic. That's another non-conference game. Games next week in this conference to look at. Butler's at North Allegheny. Central Catholic is right here at North Hills, so it doesn't get much easier, if at all, for these North Hills Indians. They'll have to take on one of the better teams in Quad A. Seneca Valley is at Pine Richland. That's probably going to be the best game of the conference next week. And Shaler's at Fox Chapel. Taking a look at the top 10. Let's. Do you have some? I thought I looked. Were you looking at some scores?
Yeah, I'm looking at. Some
let's go with some scores.
We're looking at some scores around. Shenango up 21-6 over Union. That's the end of the third quarter. It's a little single A action for you there. How about this? 40-14 West A over Montour. That's a big one in that Parkway Conference. Penn Hills up 42-7. There's some Quad A.
Who are they playing?
They are. It doesn't say who they're playing. I can.
That's okay.
Try to find
that's
it.
Fine.
I got North.
Big.
Yeah, I got North Allegheny up by 25, and the guy was not too happy seeing that North Allegheny onside kicked it after they scored. Greensburg Central Catholic up 21-10 over Sarah Catholic. That's in the third quarter. And Steel Valley 22, Freeport 0. And that's a big one because Freeport's looking pretty good out of AA.
Both those teams undefeated going into that game. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's a pretty big lead there for them. Washington and Mount Pleasant. It's Mount Pleasant 14 and the Washington Prexies 31.
I believe both those teams undefeated as well going into that contest.
That's a PCN live broadcast. My alma mater, California University of Pennsylvania broadcast.
Great.
That one.
Great.
So I'll give a shout out to the CUTV crew. Laurel Highlands is down 42-0 to Beaver Falls. And how about this? Kiski area 16, Plum 7, 5:25 to go third quarter.
Plum undefeated at 4-0 and ranked number 7 in the MSA top 10 in Quad A.
That's a big one there, yeah, like you said. And here's a good one out of AA, Apollo Ridge 7, Valley 6. Both those teams will be vying for playoffs. And then Elizabeth Ford 12, Uniontown 0 at the half. That's in AAA, and nothing else really sparking around. You got a couple blowouts here. Mars leads 43-0 over the University Prep. It's now 16-14 Kiski over Plum. Right as I said, at 5:08, a Crossy 84-yard kickoff return touchdown for the Plum Mustangs. I saw Plum play in week 1, Rick, and I was impressed. They got a lot of weapons on that Plum team, and they're playing a Kiski team that you think they could probably beat. And I think they went in there thinking, yeah, you know what, no big deal. We can beat the Kiski. Yeah, Kiski's giving them a game.
They beat North Hills here in week 2 in a defensive battle.
10-7, I think, yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right, 10-7 in a defensive battle. So, again, homecoming here at Martorelli Stadium tonight. They're parading around the homecoming queens and her, what do they call them? I'm not sure. I'm not a big homecoming expert, but it's the
homecoming court.
The court. Thank you.
Court, yep.
Thank you very much. I knew you'd help me out there, Scott. I appreciate that.
Hey, Jess Levo with the assist, actually.
Oh, it's Jess Levo. Thanks,
Careman.
Of course, Jess would know. We're clueless up here. Well, I am anyway. Hey, the top 10 Quad A. Let's take a quick look at that. Woodland Hills is number 1. Penn Trafford number 2. This Pine Richland team number 3, the defending champions in the WPIAL. North Allegheny number 4. Pittsburgh Central Catholic number 5. Mount Lebanon, another undefeated team at number 6. We mentioned Plum is number 7. McKeesport is number 8. Bethel Park is number 9. And Seneca Valley is number 10. And again, Pine Richland will host Seneca Valley next week in a big Northern 8 matchup. Why don't we go ahead and take a quick timeout? It's Pine Richland 33, North Hills here at halftime. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the third quarter. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Back with you from Martorelli Stadium in Westview. We're at halftime, just wrapping things up. The football team's on the field here. 33-0. All Pine Richland here over North Hills at the North Hills homecoming. My name's Rick Smith, joined by my broadcast partner, Scott Majesky. If you're listening to us in audio, thank you. And if you're checking out the video, that's all because of the fine camera work of Jess Levo up there in the balcony behind us. Jess, did you find some hot chocolate there? Or chili? All right, so you got the chili. Chili's good here at Martorelli Stadium. So, again, we're getting ready here for the second half of action. Pine Richland, very impressive. 5 touchdowns in that first half, and it was quarterback Phil Dracovic, nearly 300 yards of offense all by himself, 2 touchdown passes, and also 3 touchdown runs by Jimmy Graff of the Pine Richland Rams. Graff, a 5'11", 175-pound senior, doing a nice job taking over for Connor Slomka. Slomka rushed for over 1,500 yards and 34 touchdowns for Pine Richland last year during their 15-1 season. He is competing for West Point now, and West Virginia's playing Army tomorrow afternoon, so that should be a good game. I don't think Slomka's starting for him quite yet, but hopefully will be down the road. And, of course, Ben DiNucci, their great quarterback from last year, passed for nearly 3,900 yards, 42 touchdowns. He's now on the University of Pittsburgh roster, and they've got a big one at Virginia Tech tomorrow. That's going to be in some rain, I think, there at Virginia Tech. But, boy,
Hurricane Joaquin coming up the East Coast.
Yeah. I think it's going to stay off. They're talking about that possibly. I was watching the news this morning. They're talking about that possibly staying off the coast. But there's a good low-pressure system that's dumping enough rain. But hopefully the high winds and the things that come along with a hurricane won't happen. So that will be good. But, boy, they lose DiNucci from the state championship or state runner-up team and WPIAL champion last year. And they get themselves a great sophomore quarterback in Phil Dracovic, who was just scintillating in the first half. Pine Richland will kick off left to right. If you're just listening to us on the internet, Pine Richland all in white with a dark green trim, the dark green helmets with the silver Ram insignia. North Hills all in red with the white numerals, the white trim, and the dark red helmets.
Wind's starting to pick up here. Couple wind gusts knocked the ball off the tee, so they're going to have to hold the tee to start the kickoff.
Yeah, Christian Kelly will hold it for Jacob Gill. Nick Santucci back deep for North Hills, along with Bryce Walker. And it goes over Santucci's head. And that'll be a touchback. That was actually Tyler Brennan who was back here deep with Santucci, but that's a moot point because a nice kickoff there into that wind with that wind at his back by Jake Gill. He took advantage of that. Hello to the Rowdy Rooters over there, over on the hill. A mainstay here at North Hills for many, many years. They got their nice sign up, usually their siren going, but not a lot to cheer for tonight as their favorite team has taken it on the chin thus far. North Hills 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line here to begin this third quarter. It's brought to you by ProGrass, First and Turf. And El Sayed, the quarterback, is going to try to run off the right side. He runs into a human wall there, and that is Matt Hampson, 6'4", 250-pound senior at defensive end. It just stops him dead. And that is a 2-yard loss in the first play, and things are starting off poorly again for this North Hills offense here. Boy, this Pine Richland, it's a complete team like we talked at halftime. Their defense is just awesome as well.
As said, was 7 for 13, 34 passing yards total, and rushing-wise now at 2. 4 rushes for 2 yards.
He wants to pass this time, 2nd and 12, and he has a receiver. They go with a fly pattern, but he's overthrown by quite a bit. That was Bryce Walker, the intended receiver. There's a flag down in the backfield. You expect this to be a hold. No, it's going to be roughing the quarterback. So El Sayed took a hit, and that is going to be a first down, 15-yard penalty for North Hills.
Pine Richland again commits another personal foul penalty. 5 on the game for them.
I agree with you. They're going to have to clean that up. They got a tough one against Seneca Valley next week, and then in 3 weeks, week number 8. That's another big one on their schedule. Pittsburgh Central Catholic, one of the top teams in Quad A. You don't want to make those kind of mistakes against that caliber of competition. 1st and 10, North Hills at their 33. Again, El Sayed wants to pass. He goes out in the right flat. Had a receiver there, had a step on the defender. That was Bryce Walker again, but he overthrows it into the Pine Richland bench.
Coverage on the play by number 6, Ryan Duran.
I like what they're doing, the short, quick out passes for the Indians. It's a way to just gain yards, build the confidence, sustain drives, eat up clock. But right now, you got to move the ball down the field. But hey, it's all about getting your confidence back for your quarterback, and they're trying it. But that Rams that front D line is just getting their penetration in there.
El Sayed goes from the gun again, sidecar right, trips out to the left. He looks out to the left. Again, he's going to the flat Santucci, but right there on the coverage, Tom Jerkovic on the tackle, the big 6'1", 215-pound senior. Great coverage. They've just been all over Santucci all night long.
Yeah, you just force Santucci, like I mentioned in the first half. It's just tough for him. He's so athletic. He just can get, if he gets out in the open field and can use his legs and make some moves in that second tier, he could have a couple touchdowns, but they've just been wrapping and tackling him.
Gain of just 1 on that play. 3rd down and 9 from the 34 of the Indians. Twins left and right. They go from the gun again. El Sayed, oh my Lord, everybody was covered. Great coverage, and then he gets smashed in the backfield. 2 Rams hitting him hard. Jesse Meckler and also Matt Hampson as well. And Scott, you saw another player in there as well.
Yeah, Colin Schaefer, who we called his name a couple times in the first half, came in there and barreled down. And it's just, hey, that's just what it is. That front D line, like we saw all first half, Rick, they're just back out here again here in the second half doing what they've been doing.
Loss of 9 and the big sack by the Pine Richland Rams. Aaron Collins, the punt, stands at his own 15. Battaglia back deep at his own 43. High wobbly kick. Battaglia comes up for the fair catch, does a nice job, gathers it in at his own 48. That is just a 25-yard punt into the wind. A strong wind here at North Hills. It's picked up here in the second half. Actually, going to mark it at the 49. So 1st and 10, Pine Richland looking to put this one into mercy rule territory.
And they got a chance to. Like you said, 9:56 to go here in the third quarter. Jerkovic, he was just unbelievable in that first half. 11 for 15, 216 through the air, 2 touchdowns. Jerkovic is everything that we heard about.
And more. He might be the most impressive sophomore quarterback I've ever seen. I've been around a couple years, Scott. He goes to Battaglia. Battaglia breaks a tackle on the left flat. He's in the North Hills territory down to the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 yards. Nice pass by Jerkovic, and then Battaglia did the rest. He picks up a first down.
Just a nice pass over there. Quick pass, and Battaglia fights his way through. Gets it. Third catch of the game. Whistles.
And we're going to get a timeout. The North Hills Indians want to talk about it. And we're going to keep it right here. Coming up after the game, it's the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show. That's with Dawn Rebel and a cast of thousands, I'm told, from the MSA Sports Control Center with all the scores from Week 4 of the 2015 WPIAL football season, plus Mike White and Lou Rude. Mike White is the professor, and Lou Rude also going to join Dawn at the round table. Don't miss the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show after the game, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Lou Rude, one of the Mon Valley guys for us here on MSA Sports, making his way up to Green Tree for the round table.
He used to coach the Pittsburgh women's team, didn't he? And I think he coached Bell Vernon as well.
A lot of football background there for Lou Rude.
And Mike White, the professor, I don't remember him being in studio on a Friday night, but that'll be cool. A lot of good football knowledge there with Dawn Rebel. Along with Dawn Rebel, Dawn knows the game fairly well.
Just a little bit.
Although he doesn't get out to the games all that often. He's usually in the studio. And here comes Jerkovic up the middle, quarterback draw. And he is powering his way all the way down inside the 20. And that is going to be marked at the 18, gain of 22 on the play. Now, Jerkovic wasn't over 100. He is now on the evening rushing.
103 yards rushing for him, and he made them all count on there, dragging at least 4 Indians.
They are in the red zone, 1st and 10. They're going to go up the middle on the handoff. Nice juke move at the 18-yard line, powering his way down to the 13. That's Jimmy Graff on the run. And give him a gain of 5 on 1st down.
Jimmy Graff has quietly put together 10 carries for 54 yards in this game, but 3 scores.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, a hat trick. And out in the right flat, he's got an open receiver, does Jerkovic, and that is Brandon Humphrey on the reception, and he marks it down to the 4-yard line. That's a gain of 9. It'll be 1st and goal now for Pine Richland. Like I said, if the Rams put this one in, we will be in the mercy rule. So 1st and goal again, ball at the North Hills 4-yard line. Again, it's going to be Graff looking for his 4. No, they're going to go with the fake, and he faked me out, that's for sure. And Jerkovic in for the 4-yard touchdown run. And now Pine Richland on top, 39-0. 9 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Jerkovic adding to his 2 touchdown passes, now a touchdown run. And Jerkovic on the season, that's his 5th touchdown rushing on the year.
Yeah, just a little nice ride and read play there. Nice, good fake. Jerkovic just uses his muscles to get into the end zone. Just once again, can't say it enough. So impressed by this sophomore quarterback.
And the extra point is up, and it is good by Jacob Gill. And that makes the score 40-0. 9 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. Pine Richland on top of North Hills. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
197.
Well, after Jerkovic 4-yard touchdown run, the lead has extended to 40 for the Pine Richland Rams as they lead 40-0 over the North Hills Indians here on North Hills homecoming night. Scott Majesky with you and Rick Smith. Loving to bringing you the action here from the first real fall night we've experienced here in week 5 now of the Whitfield season.
I agree. I was just thinking about that on the way out in here this evening. The wind was blowing pretty well. It was starting to get a nip in the air, and fall is here all of a sudden. Speaking of homecoming night, congratulations to Megan Dolsky here at North Hills, the homecoming queen here for 2015. And Nick Santucci takes the ball on the kickoff at the 5-yard line. And he powers his way out to the 27-yard line. Give him a gain of 22 on that return. So again, Megan Dolsky, your homecoming queen here at North Hills. This will be the first of a few weeks of homecoming games, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. It's at Hampton's last week. So we're in that month of October, breast cancer awareness. You'll see a lot of pink in the stands and on the field.
That Hampton team, that's a good team.
Yeah.
It's Alberts. So here we go, 1st down and 10 at the 26-yard line for North Hills. We are under the mercy rule, 40-0 Pine Richland on top. Santucci with the pitch out around left end, and he is chased backwards, and he's going to be tackled all the way back at the 16-yard line. And on the stop, that's Matt Hampson. It's pretty tough when somebody 6'4" and 250 pounds has got that kind of speed chasing you down in the backfield. That's impressive.
A loss of 11 on that play as well. Yeah, Hampton, I was impressed last week. They just run the ball. They pound the football. They got a very good, just pro power offense. If you like running backs and running, That's Hampton Talbot's. You got to watch.
Was that at Fridley Field?
Yep. That was our live stream game of the week last week, actually.
Oh, great. It's fun. This is the first time I've ever done a live stream. Very enjoyable. Again, thanks to Jess Levo doing the camera work for us here tonight. And a pass to Santucci out in the left flat. And again, he's going to need an ice bath after this one. Scott, that's a 2-yard gain, and he paid for it. And now we get a flag after the play. And the chippiness continues here. Let's see what this one's about.
This is on Pine Richland again. That's going to be 6.
Unsportsmanlike conduct,
man.
and yeah.
That's their 3rd unsportsmanlike conduct of this game, too.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to win this game, and they're going to win it big, but I have a feeling Eric Kasparovich, the head coach of the Pine Richland Rams, is going to have a few words for his team in films tomorrow morning. I agree with what you were saying earlier. They got to clean this up because you cannot do this against playoff, semifinal, quarterfinal caliber teams. You can't give yards away like this, but
especially on October 23rd when Central Catholic comes to your house.
Right.
You can't be committing personal fouls unsportsmanlike in a game like that, which will most likely determine the conference.
Referee over talking to Eric Kasparovich about that call. And they are not going to give him an automatic first down on the unsportsmanlike conduct. So it is 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Ball at the 32-yard line for North Hills. It seems like it's been a long, long time since North Hills has had a first down, too. And they haven't had many of them tonight. El Sayed with the pass. Oh, and it's nearly picked off. That was intended for Santucci, and out there on coverage, that was Tom Jerkovic. And El Sayed lucky that one wasn't picked off for a touchdown.
I just underthrew his wide receiver there. I believe that was Walker. Or was it Santucci he was looking at over there? Remember when I couldn't tell the number? It was Santucci again.
Yeah, Santucci was the intended receiver. So it will be Aaron Collins again to punt for, I think, about the 8th time here this evening, standing at his own 20-yard line. Punts it away. End-over-end kick. Bounces at the 38-yard line of Pine Richland. Takes a North Hills roll.
You know what's interesting about this game, you look at a 40-0 score, and you expect there to be turnovers and a lot of just, fumbles, interceptions. Rick, I don't have one turnover marked down by either team. We got a lot of penalties. We got a lot of quick strikes by Pine Richland, but there hasn't been an interception or a fumble by North Hills Indians. Pine Richland hasn't turned the ball over yet. Here in the 3rd quarter in a 40-0 game, that's surprising.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. 1st and 10 for Pine Richland at the 29-yard line. Again, clock rolling here under the mercy rule. Pine Richland on top 40-0. Midway through the 3rd quarter here. And that handoff goes to Don Bryant on the play. Got a backup quarterback in there. Max Deviney is now in there for Pine Richland. Chase Rourke joining him in the backfield as Pine Richland's got the 2nd-team offense out there. That's a smart thing by Eric Kasparovich, the head coach. You don't want to get any of those first-teamers hit. And speaking of hit, Don Bryant just gets crushed by Brad Hunt on the play on a big hit for the North Hills defensive player. So 3rd down and 9 coming up now for the Rams.
3rd down and 9.
Pass out in the left flat, bounces in and out of the hands and back into the hands of the receiver. That's Joey Joy for Pine Richland. He caught a touchdown pass earlier in the game, and he is close to a first down. It'll be about a yard shy.
Joey Joy just a little playing a little tip drill with himself there. And able to recover, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 1.
They go from the gun. Power eye left from the gun. And it is going to go off the left side. And close to a first down. There's a fumble on the play. There's your turnover, Scott. And Don Bryant is the player who fumbled it away. He had enough for a first down, but he fumbled it forward. North Hills jumps on it. That was ominous foreboding on your part.
Yeah, no, I'm one of the king of jinxes, and there it is right there. Now we're going to see about 4 or 5 turnovers before the night's over. But Don Bryant, who hasn't seen many carries, that was his 3rd carry of the day, and fumbles the football on that 3rd carry. A senior looking for some more playing time on offense, and that's not going to help out.
No, it's not.
Trying to gain some offense. This is a good chance for now North Hills to get some points on the board.
1st and 10 for the Indians at the Pine Richland 42. New quarterback in there also for North Hills. And he's got an open player in the flat down to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown! North Hills Indians on the board. That is Ben Walter. And that was Will Hurt, the backup quarterback, rolling out to his left, delivering a strike. Walter beat one of the Pine Richland defenders at the 35-yard line and streaks down the sideline for the score and gives the home faithful here something to cheer about. 40-6, North Hills cuts into that huge lead. 3:42 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Just a little bootleg to the left there, finds his big fullback running down the field. There, Ben Walter, and Ben Walter on the board for North Hills. He was untouched, just running down the field for 42 yards.
Extra point is up, and it is good. And that makes it 40-7. Pine Richland on top. Keep it right here. Sports Control Center with all the scores from week 4 of the 2015 WPIAL football season. Plus Mike White and Lou Root are going to join Dawn at the round table. Don't miss the WPIAL football scoreboard show after the game, only here on the MSA Sports Network. So North Hills finally jumping on the scoreboard here, making it 40-7. 3:42 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. I believe Will Hurt had actually come in the previous set of downs. I picked up his number at the end there. It wasn't El Sayed that was in there for North Hills. Will Hurt with the touchdown pass. And Will Hurt had only thrown one pass coming into this game for -6 yards, so that's certainly his highlight play of the year thus far. Those Indians, by the way, that was up and good by Jake Saylor.
Number 3, Jordan Crawford, as well as number 1, Sage Simpson.
Looking for some scores around, and it looks like there is a final. Jaguars of Thomas Jefferson 35, Trinity 0, and then Washington 44, Mount Pleasant 14. That's a final as well.
So North Hills is also going to have to hold the kickoff here, and it's going to be Aaron Collins kicking it off. They go with a squib kick here. And on the return, breaking it to the 40 and across midfield for, that's Jordan Crawford all the way down to the 35-yard line. Again, Jordan Crawford on the return. Going to mark out at the 33-yard line. I believe he took out right about the 15-yard line, so that's a 52-yard return for Crawford on the kickoff return. So that squib kick did not work for North Hills.
Yeah, I mean, Crawford, I've been impressed with him, and we were talking about him earlier just being a good connection. And this somebody, Jordan Crawford's a sophomore as well. Get that name in your minds, because him and Jerkovic are going to connect on a lot.
Fake pass by the backup quarterback, and good pass down there, and better coverage by North Hills. That pass was by Max DeFinney. That was intended for Joey Joy, and who had that coverage? I believe, yeah, that was Devin Pauling on the coverage for North Hills, knocking that away. Good man-to-man coverage by Pauling on the play.
Yeah, Pauling's actually played really well tonight. I've been impressed by his defensive play in the defensive backfield. He's made a couple nice little backs.
That's something they're going to have to work on, but Pauling definitely one of the bright spots for this North Hills defense here. 2nd down and 10 for Pine Richland from the North Hills 33, and we get a flag before the snap. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a motion. It's going to be a legal procedure against the Pine Richland Rams, so they'll march it back 5 yards to the 38 of the Indians. 2 minutes left to go here. Clock moving here in this third quarter of action. 40-7, Pine Richland on top. Ball at the 38-yard line. Second down 15. Pass out in the left flat, and that pass a little bit high. Was intended out there for Don Bryan on the play. Falls incomplete.
That was right in his hands, though, too, for Bryant. That was right there. It was a little high, but hit him right there in the good place or in the hands. Just dropped it. So again, when you're a backup and you're getting this playing time here in garbage time, you want to impress the coaches to show you can play more. It's one thing to do it in practice, but to go out there and do it in a game is a whole nother level.
Deviney from the gun. He goes for the middle screen, breaking a tackle there. That's Jordan Crawford. Crawford powers his way and dives forward all the way down to the 27-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 on the play.
Yeah, Crawford, just a little shifty move there. He had a little bit to the outside, but his blocker blocked somebody right at him. Tanner Douglas, the junior, holding his block, but didn't see that Crawford was cutting back and let go of his block just a little bit too early.
Deviney's got trips to the left. He looks out the left. Now he goes over the middle and through the hands of a would-be receiver there. That's Jason DeFrancis.
Nathan Zimmerman on the cover. No, not Nathan Zimmerman. Dazica on the coverage. Goes maybe Devin Pauling again, too, getting his hand on that, number 6.
That was a fourth down play, so turning the ball over on downs is the Pine Richland offense. North Hills will take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. 35 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Again, the clock moving here under the mercy rule. Even though it's under 35 points again, it's not going to stop. They go from the gun, power eye left out of the gun. Man in motion to the left for North Hills, that's Bryce Walker. And they go off the left side, and that is going to be Santucci. And again, not much there. Gain of 2 on the play. And that should do it for the third quarter. Pine Richland on top here, 40-7 at the end of 3 quarters of action. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Tune in on Monday night at 7 o'clock for the Hometown Girls Volleyball Show, only here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Bob Orquist. Join me and guests from our Hometown Volleyball program as we chat with coaches and players from Avonworth, Brentwood, Central Valley, Chartiers Houston, Freeport, Southside Beaver, and West Allegheny. That's the Hometown Girls Volleyball Show, Monday nights at 7 o'clock, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
And back with you from Martorelli Stadium, getting ready for the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter is brought to you by ProGrass, First in Turf. 40-7 Pine Richland. It's been all Rams all night long here at homecoming at North Hills. Team still on the sidelines talking to their respective coaches. Again, thanks for joining us both if you're listening to us and also the live streaming video. Thanks to Jess Lebo's doing a great job filming this game here this evening from Martorelli Stadium. Nice feature that we have at MSA Sports, I think, is the live stream of one game each week. First time I've ever been involved in something so high-tech, I'll tell you that. Second down at 8 for North Hills to start this fourth quarter of action. Backup quarterback for the Indians comes out. That's Will Hurt.
Second down and 8.
Hurt's got trips out to the left. He's got twins to the right. He's in the backfield by himself from the gun. Got a man in motion off to the left. And he's going to roll to the left. He's got the man in motion who is now open and makes a couple moves. And for North Hills, that's Tyler Brennan. Brennan doing a good job moving that ball out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 14. First down, North Hills Indians. Trying to get something positive going here because they got a tough game here next week, too. Pittsburgh Central Catholic comes into Westview. And that's not going to be any easier at all for North Hills.
No, it's not. Pittsburgh Central Catholic rolling again tonight. And they are looking to stay on pace with Pine Richland, the matchup with Pine Richland on October 23rd. That one will be a good one.
Yeah, of course, Central Catholic losing to North Allegheny, a team that Pine Richland beat, and Central Catholic would like nothing better than this have a three-way tie and beat Pine Richland. And the quarterback for North Hills, that's Will Hurt, rolling out to his left here, and he took a big hit at midfield.
I'm up here, and that one hurt. That was a big hit. He went in with his shoulder, bent back a little bit, went down on his knees and bent back. Hey, he's playing for playing time right now. Is Hurt. He's a sophomore showing what he can do. He's the future of this quarterback, this offense for the Indians. He wants to show these faithful that, hey, there's a future and there's a bright one here for North Hills.
Hurt just a sophomore, like you said. Second down 3 after the 7-yard gain by Hurt. And pass over the middle, and he's got the slant pattern. Open receiver on the play. That's Owen Davis, the tight end, the 6'2" and he takes it all the way down to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 12. Nice pass by Hurt. I believe Hurt is the cousin of Michael Hurt, who's a great linebacker here. Played for the University of Delaware. Been a lot of good linebackers here over the year. I remember one that was named LeVar Arrington. He was pretty good.
Wasn't too bad. I think he went on to higher levels of football.
That was a player who was awesome as a freshman. He was a man-child. Unbelievable. So Hurt looking deep and nobody open. Now he comes underneath and a good diving catch, and they're going to call him out of bounds. And I think his hip may have hit before his feet went in. That was Bryce Walker. Good attempt at a pass. And I think a real nice play by Hurt there. He had pressure up the middle, bounced it outside, rolled a little bit, and then threw that on the run. That was a good pass.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Rick. He bought himself time. He rolled to his right, showed the maturity of a more veteran quarterback, wasn't fazed by the pressure of the defense, and actually threw a really nice ball. I think that should have been a catch from my angle up here. I thought he got 1 foot in before he fell down, but nonetheless, sets up a 2nd and 10.
Ball at the 38-yard line up Pine Richland. Twins right and left, sidecar left of Hurt. Quarterback chased out of the pocket, rolls to his right, looking for somebody. Nobody there. That he shouldn't have thrown. It's picked off underneath. I don't think he ever saw him. And now pushed out of bounds and on the pick there. That is Chase Rourke for Pine Richland. 6'2", 190-pound senior, just sitting underneath, lurking there, and he picked it off. I don't think Hurt ever saw him.
No, I don't think he ever saw him either. You know, he had his man downfield. He underthrew that one. Rourke was just lurking there for it, and unfortunately, Hurt, I liked his composure there out there, though. He's rolling around. He's buying time for himself. A couple more reps, couple more games played, and he makes that pass. He doesn't complete that pass to a Pine Richland or a opposing player. He completes it to his man that he's looking for.
1st and 10 for Pine Richland at the 43-yard line. We get a timeout called by the Rams here. Stops the clock with 7:48 left to go.
I'm going to go score hunting, Rick, see if we got any updated on the scores. Bishop Canevin 26, Chartiers Houston 17. That's a final. Austin Scott 4 total touchdowns for Bishop Canevin. They've improved to 3-2, 2-1 in the conference. Chartiers Houston to 2-3, 1-3. That's in the Black Hills Conference. Franklin Regional 35, Armstrong 26. That's a final in Class AAA. Number 8 ranked Franklin Regional survives. Armstrong, it's a very good team. They love to run the ball. They got Dudak, who's a running back for them, that they'll just give the ball to him every single time. He's like their playmaker. But they're a tough team. They play good defense.
That's a brand new school district. It was put together there in Armstrong County.
Kittanning and Ford City coming together as one.
They tried that early. They were way back in the early 80s, I think. They were called Armstrong Central, but they broke it back up again. I think East Brady was involved in that one at the time, too. 1st and 10 for Pine Richland from their own 43 as we come back to live action. Pass out in the left flat is complete to Joey Joy of the Pine Richland Rams. He advances it out to the 48, gain of, let's call it a gain of 5 on the play.
Central Catholic 56, Connellsville 7. That's a final. So Central Catholic improves to 3-1 in the conference, 4-1 overall.
Actually, that's a non-conference game.
Oh, okay.
So they remain 2-1, but they are 4-1 overall.
They are 4-1 overall. Oh, that's right. Yes, Connellsville is in the southeastern. No, they're not. Foothills.
Whatever they call that there.
Whatever down there, yeah.
Yeah, run off right side. And for Pine Richland, that was Vince Buccino. Buccino advances forward for a first down into North Hills territory at the Indians' 43-yard line. 6:40 left to go. Go ahead.
Highlands 33, Deer Lake 7.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
Deer Lake's undefeated. Both those teams undefeated going into that game. Deer Lake's was 1-17 over the last 2 seasons and started off 4-0 this year, but back to reality. Highlands, I remember when I played for North Allegheny 100 years ago, they were in our conference. That's how much that school district has shrunk over the years.
That's a team, Deer Lakes. I saw them play on Saturday against Shadyside Academy, and Deer Lakes looked impressive. And that Highlands team, they were good. They are something.
And you said Freeport losing tonight too, so Highlands is the only undefeated team left in that Allegheny conference. Handed off to Don Bryan again. That was his second carry in a row, and he's got no gain on the play. Nice job there by the North Hills defense. 3rd down and 6 now for Pine Richland. Ball at the North Hills 39-yard line.
Yeah, Highlands the only undefeated team now after Freeport and Deer Lakes have fallen.
Although I think Freeport was a non-conference game, but still. And they fake the handoff to Bryant. Now DeVinny wants to pass on the right flat. That was an ill-advised pass. Oh, my. And we're going to get a penalty. That's Santucci, and that's the frustration coming. He slammed on the Pine Richland would-be receiver there. For Pine Richland, the intended receiver was Tanner Douglas, and Santucci just tossed him to the turf.
I think you got to take him out right now. Just have him sit down, take a breather. Don't get him ejected from this game, or he may cost himself a game next week.
Right.
So
yeah, if you're ejected from any sport, any game in the PIAA, you don't
dress them.
Right, you are not allowed to compete the next contest. So yeah,
they'll need him next week.
They're going to need him the rest of the year, no doubt.
You got Central Catholic coming here next week, 7:30 kickoff here at North Hills.
So they do march the ball down into North Hills territory further to the 24-yard line of the Indians. 1st and 10 there for Pine Richland. Looking to add to this 33-point lead. Oh, my gosh, they're marching 2 penalties off. They called the second one on him. He must have said something afterwards, and now they're putting the ball at the 12-yard line. That one's half the distance to the goal. So there's 2 personal fouls there, or unsportsmanlike conduct, whatever. So here we are, 1st and 10. Let's call it the 13-yard line for Pine Richland. Man in motion, jet sweep right. He's got good yardage. Down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line, and that is the Tanner Douglas, who was slammed on the last play. No worse for the wear because he's got a good run there. And only ends up getting about 4 yards. They'll mark it at the 9-yard line.
5'9", 160 junior is Tanner Douglas. Most likely we'll see a lot of reps next year with a couple seniors graduating.
And they go with a handoff up the middle, and that's the sidecar back. Don Bryan, he powers down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the pickup.
Brought down by number 22, Tyler Brennan.
3rd down, 2 yards to go. Ball rest at the 4. Pine Richland needs to get to the 2 for a first down here. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Clock continues to roll. Normally the Rowdy Rooters will be blaring that siren. They have lost all their zeal tonight. And who can blame them? And they hand it off up the middle, 1st down and more into the end zone for the touchdown. That's Don Bryant. 4-yard touchdown run makes it 46-7. 4:03 left to go here in the 4th quarter.
Just what it's been all night. The front line, the offensive line push for Pine Richland has been the key success for them all game long. And here in the 4th quarter, nothing but it. They're just showing it once again, marching the ball down the field and extending this lead and getting themselves ready for Seneca Valley at home at Pine Richland next week.
Don Bryant, ninth touchdown of the season for Don Bryant. The extra point by Jacob Gill is up and good. 47-7. Pine Richland on top again. 4:03 left to go here in the 4th quarter. We'll take a timeout. You are listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day.
A breakfast craving can strike anytime, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Back with you here at Martorelli Stadium, 47-7, Pine Richland on top. They just scored their 5th rushing touchdown of this game. Yeah, Dawn Bryant comes in. He only had 35 carries, but he had 8 touchdowns coming into this game. So he must be like the short yardage specialist. Scored his 9th touchdown there on that run from 4 yards out. So they're going to hold the ball again here as the wind is picked up here in the second half. Jacob Gill to kick off for Pine Richland, right to left. Santucci and Brennan back deep for North Hills. And it will be Brennan, takes it at his own 1 yard line, brings it right up the middle to 10. He's at the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. Breaks a tackle and he's tackled. Nice open field tackle there by Sage Simpson. Or I think Brennan could have been gone on that one. But he's 34-yard return on the play for Tyler Brennan. Just a freshman. Very impressive. Good speed there shown by Brennan.
There is a lot of weapons on this North Hills team. They're just young. You got Brennan and Hurt, 2 guys that I think can make a difference for this team in the next couple years. They got youth experience on this team. That's what you need to start growing your program. It all starts with the youth. The undergrads, the middle school, the JV guys, the freshman guys, just build up through. And that's how you become a successful program.
No doubt about it. 1st and 10 at the North Hills 35-yard line. Low snap. Nice job by Hurt to gather it in. One-handed catch there. Out in the right flat. Impressive. They're going to lose a yard on the play. But for North Hills, that was Owen Davis on the pick. Not an interception, but just a great one-handed catch. Got some big paws.
Yeah, Owen Davis, nice one-handed grab there. Just reaches up with his right hand, pulls it down. The senior, 6'2".
One thing that doesn't help this North Hills team, we mentioned Busa Grossi out. Also, their center, Zale Apodaca, is out of the lineup as well tonight. And that certainly has hurt the Indians' cause. Hurt passing over the middle. Again, he's got the open receiver. And again, it's Owen Davis going across for the hard yards across the middle and advances that ball out to the 44-yard line. So that's a pickup of 10 yards, 3rd down and a long one. 2:05 left to go, clock moving here, 4th quarter. Twins right and left, sidecar right. Hurt again, wants to pass over the middle, and actually he's going to go down the sideline. It's out of bounds. Over the head of the would-be receiver. That was Tyler Brennan on the play. Coverage by Ray Falcone of the Pine Richland Rams.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hurt sees some meaningful minutes here towards the end of the season. He's looking calm and cool. He's throwing the ball where he needs to put it. On that kind of play, he's looking for outside back shoulder there. Just threw it a little bit too far outside. But, hey, it avoids to getting picked.
Again, they go Twins right and left, sidecar right. That's Ben Walter. Off to the side of Will Hurt. Long snap count, and he's going to run it off the right side. Takes a hit, bounces forward out to the 46-yard line. Needed 1.5 yards. He's going to get 2.5 and move those sticks.
What a great football name, Will Hurt. He should play more outside linebacker in defense with that kind of name, Will Hurt.
Well, like I said, his cousin was Mike Hurt. And I used to love it. We used to call the North Hills games all the time. I've probably called 100 games here over the years, and that's not an exaggeration at Martorelli Stadium. But, yeah, Mike Hurt is what we used to say. He was a tough kid. Again, he played at Delaware. And Hurt this time is going to roll out to his left, the right-handed quarterback, makes a move, spins inside. It's going to get just about 1 yard on the play. And that was Dylan Bryant. Had a shot at him out there on the right side. Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
As well as number 17, Jason DeFrancis.
You go trips out to the right, sidecar right, single wide receiver to the left. No tight end in this formation. 2nd down and 9, ball at the 46-yard line. It's going to be the final play of the game. Hurt. Scrambling to his right, rolling to his right, passes it out. He's got an open receiver, and it's knocked out of his hand. Big hit on the play. And that was Pine Richland's Tommy Camino who knocked that ball loose. And that's going to do it. Final score, Pine Richland 47, North Hills 7. We'll go ahead and take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up. You're listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass First and Turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, First in Turf. For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net.
And we are back with you from Martorelli Stadium. A real tough homecoming here for the North Hills Indians as they fall 47-7 to Pine Richland. And I'm joined by Scott Majesky. I'm Rick Smith. Thanks to Jess Levo for the fine job she did filming the game here for our live internet feed, video feed here. One of our great features here on the MSA Sports Network. But Scott, just an impressive performance on both sides of the ball by these Pine Richland Rams, and they're showing you why they were the defending WPIAL champions.
Yeah, defending WPIAL champions. Everyone thought they'd have a down year. They're starting the year off through week 5, 5-0, 4-0 in their conference. Great win here against North Hills. A lot of people were calling this a trap game. Well, when you win 47-7, it's no trap there for Pine Richland. Dracovic was unreal again in this game. I got his stats here if you want them. He was 13 for 17, 200 and do my math here real quick. 234 yards passing, 2 touchdowns through the air, and 1 running on the day, running the ball. 13 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Wow. Impressive.
Good day at the office.
Oh, no doubt. Impressive sophomore quarterback. I'm trying to think back in my memory banks, and I played against Dan Marino 157 years ago, and I don't remember him being as impressive as a sophomore as this young man. My Lord, he is
putting him in a new. That's a good class to be.
Well, that's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Yeah. But at the same point of their careers, boy, this kid is he's the total package, and just very impressive. And he's the big reason why Pine Richland's where they're at. They've got a lot of other good players, a lot of other players that contribute. I was very impressed with their defense, Scott. My Lord, they get to the ball in numbers, and they are fast.
Yeah, they pursued the ball really well. I was impressed. They shut down Santucci, one of the top runners and one of the top athletes in the Quad A level, to negative yards rushing tonight. That's negative yards rushing, and total of negative 9 yards rushing for Santucci by my unofficial stats on 9 carries. El Saad got nothing really going in the offense passing-wise. Hurt comes in for garbage time, does pretty well, shows up. But that first-team defense for Pine Richland, they didn't get a turnover, did the first-team defense. But, boy, did they post a good one. And they posted a shutout, did that first-team defense. Second-team defense gives up the touchdown. But they were flying to the ball. He had 4, 5, 6 white shirts surrounding every tackle. Just impressive effort for the Pine Richland Rams.
Now, Woodland Hills ranked number 1. Penn Trafford ranked number 2, but I think this Pine Richland team, Scott, is a team that could possibly defend their championship. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I think they may climb up in the standings. Upper St. Clair, last time I checked, Upper St. Clair, Woodland Hills were at 21-7 in the third quarter. This Pine Richland
Woodland
team,
Hills was winning?
Yeah, Woodland Hills was winning 21-7. So Pine Richland comes out here and puts up a show, 40-point win. you can climb. That's that old BCS talk. You can climb with those big, impressive wins and the big outscoring other opponents. I really like this Pine Richland team, and the main reason why is not only their sophomore quarterback, but the targets he throws to. 5 different guys catching the ball, 4 different guys running the ball. I mean, this offense, you shut down one player, doesn't matter. They have 4 or 5 more.
Right, and they come at you from all kind of different directions. They run that no-huddle offense. They get to the ball quickly, and they can tire a defense out, and then they'll hit you hard on the other side of the ball as well. Their defense plays very well, and they're very quick. So just an impressive performance in every aspect of the game. The only thing they got to work on is those penalties.
Uh-huh.
They got to work on that down the road. But, okay, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Again, your final score here from Martorelli Stadium, 47-7, Pine Richland over North Hills. Thanks again for Jess Levo and the fine job she did on our video feed here this evening. For my broadcast partner, Scott Majesky, I'm Rick Smith, and you've been listening to the ProGrass First and Turf Game of the Week right here on the MSA Sports Network.
You have been listening to WPIAL Football 2015 at MSASports.net, sponsored in part by First Commonwealth Bank, by Carlow University, by ProGrass, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Dunkin' Donuts, by Grove City College, by Dollar Bank, by Erie Insurance and the Charles M. Mills Insurance Agency, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow the 2015 WPIAL football season and all of the high school football fall sports by logging on every day to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been a special presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.